Anthony are no strangers to scandal. Opie and Anthony on satellite radio.
Apparently, Opie and Anthony are dicks.
Oh, here they go again.
It's a fun, dopey radio show.
Not just any radio show. A radio show that inspires beyond your wildest dreams.
The show was a lot funnier on NEW.
The show's hosts, Anthony Cumia and Greg Opie Hughes.
Controversial team.
6 years without getting fired, a new record for us.
It's just astounding to me.
I didn't want to say it's racist, but goddamn.
This show will rock as best as we could possibly do this radio show.
I'm going to go home and whack to a tranny later.
There you go. All right. God, we just lost our demo, man. What's wrong with you?
Is this the last straw for the raunchy radio duo?
The Opie and Anthony Show, the most popular show in the history of satellite radio.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Oh, yeah. Morning.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning.
Morning, everybody.
Oprah's not gay, and Aretha Franklin has pancreatic cancer.
Ow. Those are your big stories.
Let's go home. Wow, Aretha Franklin's going to be dead within a year. You don't come back from that pancreatic cancer.
Yeah, but I think she's got a lot more time.
Huh?
I think she's got a lot more time.
Because of her weight?
Well, you know, a little more mass.
The cancer has more to feed off?
Yeah, you know, if you're skinny, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the bad one, huh?
Yeah, I lost a guy to that. I lost a guy.
Patrick Swayze?
No, you knew him too.
Oh.
But you didn't deal with him as closely as I did.
Oh, who was that?
Dr. Philatoff from the old days.
Oh, right.
From the NEW days, 1-800-984-2020. Still know the number and everything.
He did your peepers.
He did my eyes. Diamond Vision.
Yes.
The founder of Diamond Vision. When we were off the air,
Yeah.
I got a call from Lisa Orban. She goes,
I just wanted you to know that I'm going to the wake of Dr. Philatoff.
I'm like, what?
What?
Yeah, exactly.
How
What? How about you first tell me the guy's sick, so maybe I could say goodbye to the guy, because I was really close to him.
Yeah.
We had a nice working relationship, and then we kind of became friends. He was trying to get me to move up to Greenwich, Connecticut, and he was just a solid dude. But she's like, I'm on my way to the wake. Are you going? I'm like, how about you give me some warning?
Oh, boy.
And I don't know where I was. I was somewhere in the country, so I couldn't even go to his wake, and
Yeah.
you know. But that pancreatic cancer is a motherfucker.
Yikes.
Aretha Franklin, pancreatic cancer, diagnosed yesterday.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a biggie. So we're going to lose the Aretha.
Where's your pancreas?
Well, it's near your heart.
It's like near your... That's kind of near your liver, kind of a thing.
You're both, it's in here somewhere.
It's over here.
It's up over here. You know that pain you're getting? I would get your
boy.
pancreas.
I got it while
checked out.
exercising yesterday. I got to go to a cardiologist. I have a...
What?
I'm fine. I think it's reflux, but I still have to...
Oh. No,
It's sharp.
Sharp?
Yeah.
Sharp.
Sharp is better than dull.
Sharp is better than dull. Is that true?
Yeah, sharp is better than dull.
Oh, there's the pancreas. The pancreatic.
Right there.
There's the pancreatic. Why is it called pancreatic if it's the cancer of the pancreatic?
It's a pancreas.
So why are they called pancreatic?
Pancreasis.
Yeah, that's a little higher than I thought. I thought it was, down near the Boley area.
Nah, it's all about your digestive
Wow, that's pretty much
shit.
right in the middle of your shit. It's above your belly button, huh?
God, your liver's huge.
Yeah, it is. Yours might be a little bigger than that.
Yeah, mine's actually building an extension.
Right. Yours might be a little bigger than that. Who am I to say that? I was told I have a little fat on my liver.
Fatty liver?
And I started panicking, and the guy goes, that's normal for Americans and their stupid diets, don't worry.
Yeah.
It's a little fatty. Just a little bit of it is a little fatty.
A little fatty.
He didn't even say we have to watch that or nothing. I got all my shit checked out. Heart, pancreatic, I got checked out.
Get the fucking pipe up the ass.
I didn't get the pipe up the ass. I get a lot of fingers up the ass.
Yeah.
So I'm ready for the pipe.
That's good.
I've been prepared for the pipe for a while.
Unless something bad is just out of finger's reach. Like the finger is just
Right.
like a half an inch away from a giant tumor.
Are you trying to say that if a doctor's finger's not long enough, you could die?
Yes, the longer the finger, the better.
Holy shit.
You need like fucking Nosferatu to go in there.
Yeah.
Tickle your hiney hole.
Yeah. Yeah. And Oprah's not gay.
I actually believe her. After hearing her say that, and I could be very naive, she sounded like a person who isn't gay, denying it.
Really?
Yeah, did you hear her saying?
Yeah, they don't really have any. They don't really have any info that comes out. But I mean, that means she just doesn't like sex, though.
You think she's asexual?
Yeah, I think she's one of those guys, a little asexual action.
Guys.
I don't know.
Because, I mean, Gail is her friend. She likes hanging out with her a lot because she doesn't really like hanging out with this Stedman guy. They're never around together.
Because the way she described it yesterday, or the way I saw...
Well, I got it.
Oh, you got... Okay.
Why don't we play it real fast? I didn't know we were going down this road, which is fine.
It really... It's almost like if she's lying...
I'm not lying.
She's really made a liar out of herself. That's why I think she's actually telling the truth.
All right. Here's... what is this? The Barbara Walters interview? Has it aired yet, or is this a little taste of what's to come? I don't
They usually
preview.
let out... Yeah, they let out a little bit.
Okay.
A lot of women have close friends. Very few have friends as close as yours. Describe that friendship to me.
Whew, okay.
Relax. Hello? Hello?
She is...
All right, what is that about? What is that about?
She was all choked up right there.
Was that
talking about a friendship?
Was that a choke up?
Was her normally watery eyes really getting watery?
No, she was actually... She took her fingers and she spread them and she put her tongue right through and she was going... Yeah, she was trying not to...
That is a really long pause.
Yeah.
That's telling right there.
What does that mean?
She explains.
Huh?
She explains.
Oh, it is.
A lot of women have close friends. Very few have friends as close as yours. Describe that friendship to me.
Whew, okay.
Ding dong, ring ding, yodel, and speak. Coffee cake.
She is the mother I never had. She is...
That got to you. That got to Opie right there. It got to him. I can understand. Oh, that's sad.
I need a gal.
I need a gal.
Oh, get over it.
It's true. A mother or $1 billion, I'll take the billion.
I would take the $1 billion every time in that scenario. Yes!
Oh, you have to.
She's a billionaire. I'm sick of feeling sorry for people that are billionaires.
She's the mother that
she never had.
Happened.
Dude, would you trade your mother in for $1 billion? And
yes,
you love your
especially
mommy.
now.
Especially now.
Let's go.
I'd guilt my mother into trading herself in for my billion.
Oh, my God. What's wrong with these people?
I'll help you, Anthony. We can split it. All right, Sal.
It's only one person in your life.
Bro, get in the car. We're taking a drive to the country.
Right.
Then you let her out of the car and just speed away.
Yeah.
Get your $1 billion.
Oprah's got houses all over the world.
Yeah.
Who needs a mommy?
She needs her mommy.
The mother I never had. She is the sister everybody would want. She is the friend that everybody deserves.
She's everything.
She's everything, yeah. Sure.
I don't know a better person.
And she licks a box like no one's fucking business.
I don't know a better person.
Why is it making you cry?
Shoot, wasn't gonna cry here.
That's what everyone says.
It's making me cry because I'm thinking about how much I probably have never told her that.
She knows now.
Better tell her.
Tissue, please. I now need tissue. I've never told her that.
Oh, boy.
Well, now you did on a TV show in front of everybody.
Right.
Instead of pulling her aside in private.
Right. Yeah.
Jeez.
I don't know why.
Maybe because in private it would always sound like this. You are the mother I never had.
I don't know why celebrities have to reveal so much.
Yeah, to Baba.
To the media. And
Why are you crying?
Right.
Supposed to on this show?
Well, then that led to the lesbian thing, so let's take a listen here.
Lesbo.
So when those, to me, dumb rumors come up that you
Are
and
gay.
Dad are gay,
Oh, she said
what
it.
do you say?
Well, I have said we are not gay enough times. I'm not lesbian. I'm not even kinda lesbian.
Not that there's anything
And
wrong
the reason
with
why
that.
it irritates me is because it means that somebody must think I'm lying. That's number one. Number two, why would you want to hide it? That is not the way I run my life.
There you go. And why do you believe that, Jimmy?
It's just when she said, I'm not even kind of lesbian, it sounded like the denial of a person who isn't.
That sounds like thou protesteth too much when you say I'm not even like near, because like I think all girls, especially when they have their close girlfriends, a couple of glasses of wine, they look at each other, they think, they kiss, they hug a lot more than a guy ever would.
Yeah, but they wouldn't say that's lesbo.
Right.
I do.
That's just a fun Saturday
She almost
night.
said lesbo, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Lesbo.
She's a lesbobian.
Lesbobian. She's a lesbobian. So that's big news today, man.
I don't think everybody's going to buy it.
Huh?
I don't think she convinced
She's
everybody.
trying to throw everyone off the scent.
Off the scent. Yeah.
Off the pussy
the
scent.
scent on her fingers.
Smell my fingers.
Smell them.
I'll
Smell
prove
them.
it. Smell my fingers. So there you go. I guess there'll be more to that interview coming up. When is that airing? Does anybody know? Tonight. You can check out the Oprah Winfrey interview with Barbara Walters tonight.
That gal must just be able to hit her up for cash all the time. Like, Oprah, could I have $1 million? She'll be like, oh, okay.
I think her numbers just went up if she's Oprah's mommy.
Yeah.
I think she just made a few mil off that.
Oprah, I'm going out. Could I have $600,000? Because I really want to go out to a nice dinner.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's on the night table.
How the fuck can I have a billionaire friend?
I know.
That would be cool, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to do anything.
Reach that billionaire mark, you're fucking done.
Yep.
Then you got to be charitable.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty much the law. If you're a billionaire and you're not charitable, then you're one of those scumbag,
Yeah, but if you're a billionaire, why
penny
would you
pinchers.
care if people think you're a scumbag?
That's true. Yeah. You got to be like Bill Gates. I want to give $1 million to AIDS in Africa.
Yeah, but that's like $1 to me and you.
That's nothing, I know.
That's nothing to him. He's not that good of a guy. He's handing out a few dollars here and there.
He made,
comparatively speaking,
he made one of the first I think $1 million charity contributions or something.
And a lot of other people are following suit.
Or $1 billion it might have even been.
What a waste of money, though, because I walk around this world, I haven't seen anything change. Because
it was to give people AIDS in Africa.
Oh.
It was, everybody thought he was a good guy, but it was for AIDS in Africa, and everybody's like, oh, that's cool. And then, he's handing out syringes with AIDS in it and injecting everybody.
He just wanted to move the process along.
Yeah, get it along quicker so he could open up some Microsoft factories down there on cheap property. Hey, shut up. No, I can't do that.
So yesterday,
turn my ringer off.
I decided to hang out with the hippies. Man! Yesterday was
with Dr. Steve's band.
Well, we're going to get to that, too, man. We got a very busy show today.
Yes.
I decided to go to Strawberry Fields for the 30th anniversary of the death of John Lennon.
You're kidding.
And boy, did I take it all in yesterday.
Yeah, did you soak it in?
I soaked it in.
Feel?
Well, the first thing I came across when I got there.
Did you feel the love?
Hell no, man.
All right.
A lot of fucking hippies trying to get as close as they can to the Imagine Mosaic. And
you couldn't get near it?
Oh, I was sitting pretty much on the Imagine Mosaic.
Sacred ground, hallowed ground.
That's the beauty of me. And then people were getting really mad that I stayed there for a couple hours. I should have stayed there for a little while and let others sit and let others take their pictures. I'm like, leave me alone.
Did you look like you were reflecting, or were you just sitting there like, hey, look at me, I'm sitting?
It was, hey, look at me, I'm sitting.
Oh, because everybody else would sit there and cry or reflect.
Right. One lady's like, and he's not even looking, he's texting. So I turn around and go, I'm fucking tweeting. I got in a fight with a lady.
John would have wanted it that way.
I got in a fight. She's mad because I'm in the way of her picture of the Imagine logo.
And with
all the flowers and green apples and album covers and love notes to John Lennon.
It's beautiful that the fact that people are so easy to piss off at a moment like that in a place where they're coming to, and it's supposedly to be for love and peace and remembering John.
Yeah, no.
But if they can't get their fucking picture,
right,
they'll start yelling,
right,
like you're stuck in traffic,
right. I shot about an hour of video. I put up a couple videos, but then the next thing I noticed is I was able to sit pretty much on the Imagine logo. I got yelled at because my feet were on the flowers. The roses that people are laying down.
Where do you think those are going?
At one point, a candle fell over and was burning everything.
Nice.
And then the mayor of the Imagine Mosaic was yelling at everybody. I'm like,
What's his problem?
This is supposed to be a fucking love and peace thing.
Yeah.
He's yelling because one of the guitar players had his guitar case just willy-nilly on all the shit that was left for John Lennon.
Like on the mosaic?
Yeah. I haven't posted that video yet, but there was a big fucking argument going on.
So what was his problem with that?
He's like, I told you yesterday, he's the mayor of Strawberry Fields.
Self-appointed.
Self-appointed, and every day he puts some kind of peace sign on the Imagine logo, whether it's in bagels, pot leaves, flowers. Sometimes he'll just get a whole bunch of green apples.
God.
And he was yelling.
About 38 shells. That would be really ironic.
But he was yelling to the crowd. He's like, look, people, everyone needs to take a step back. This is a big day for me. I'm very stressed out.
God.
Because usually it's just, a few people here and there visiting.
He's stressed out, like he makes the day about him.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with any of these fuckos that go down there.
Goes, please, people. Please. It's a very busy day. So then, the next thing I saw before I sat down, I forgot, and I thought of Anthony, actually. There's a guy that's trying to sell the fact that the CIA killed John Lennon, and I got him on video.
And he's down there, too?
Yes.
Preaching
you
to people?
You want to hear what he has to say about the death of John Lennon?
Please, I want to hear this
huge
fucking
sign.
drivel.
Yeah, go ahead.
See, it wasn't the CIA, it was the MDC.
Huh?
Mark David Chapman.
No, Mark David Chapman was hired by the CIA.
I was like, sorry, I was looking for a joke.
Yeah.
Oh. No. I just threw out letters. Let me throw out 3 more. B-O-O.
No, it's on my YouTube channel there, Danny. Whoa. I'm sorry, I should have told you.
The MDC, was it? Wow.
I was thinking some kind of racist stuff for Yoko, but yeah. All right. Let's all take a breath and recover from that. Oh, Jimmy.
It's yeah. Here's
and this is CIA guy.
Yeah, maybe Jesse Ventura could do a conspiracy
hold on. He's got. Let me
set the scene.
He's absolutely kooky looking. He's got a giant like sandwich board thing on him that says CIA killed in red letters, of course, Lennon.
Right.
And he's got all kinds of literature in his hands, in his gloved hands. And he's chatting with people, I guess.
Correct.
About, his theory.
He's got his book he's trying to sell. That it looks like he has maybe 5 copies that he made.
Yeah.
And then little flyers with the basic info on how
Leary's
CIA
book is
killed
bigger.
Lennon. Yeah.
Leary's book is bigger than that fucking thing.
So I said, fuck, I gotta talk to this guy for a second. So I walked up to him.
And suddenly you're in their universe. Interesting. Well, I've got it stuffed in one of my pockets. I'm gonna read it.
How did this happen?
What happened?
CIA killed Lennon.
You're welcome. Take care. They killed him because of Central America. They were launching their wars against Nicaragua and El Salvador right at that moment. And Lennon was seen as the one person who could galvanize 1 million people into the movement. So he had to be eliminated. Mark David Chapman was in close proximity with the CIA in 1975. That's part of the public record.
Wait, did Mark David Chapman have something to do with it?
He was programmed.
What do you mean he was programmed?
He was hitting it under their MK Ultra program.
You just walk away from him. That's the equivalent of the hang-up.
Yeah, on video.
On video.
That's the equivalent of that.
I like how you still hear him babbling as you're just walking away from him.
What an asshole.
Mark David Chapman was close to the CIA in 75. How close was he? Did he live near them? What is he even talking about?
What I learned about the conspiracy guy yesterday, you have to speak very calmly and very confidently, and then whatever you're saying is real.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound very real?
What it is it, right?
Yeah.
CIA, Mark David Chapman.
Maybe Jesse Ventura could do a little thing on...
I don't think so. I don't even believe this asshole.
No.
Conspiracy. This man's a filthy hippie. I bet he never served.
So
what an ass.
Yeah, he was an ass. The place was filled with assholes. So
I'd love to know the background on that, though, like where he gets it and how much of that is just utter and complete bullshit. A fucking uber fan,
right?
With his jealousy and his feelings of inadequacy, goes up and shoots John Lennon.
Yep.
And then this guy's got to bring in a fucking Oswald CIA connection thing. It's just.
Well, doesn't it all start with one little tidbit? You think one little weird thing, not an actual fact, but some little weird thing that pops up, and then they just run with it, right?
I'm sure we can all somehow be weirdly, like 6 degrees of separation connected to somebody in intelligence, the CIA. Oh, do you know this person actually knew his brother met with this guy who it turns out was a CIA agent? And you're like, well, and?
Right.
You know, they walk around. They don't lock them in lockers at night. You know, so you're going to meet people from different jobs, police officers that are in anti-terrorism things, but they make it like it's so like, look at that. He knows more people than just people that work at a gas station.
Sure. Yeah.
So they take that and spin it into this big hot wind.
But enough info.
Hot wind, as I call it.
Enough info for a book? That guy had a book on it.
Yeah, Leary's got one, too. It's really just a few pages long. And there's probably a lot of pictures of John Lennon.
Yeah, then I moved on to the actual Imagine Mosaic where I saw the mayor, fighting with the guy. Even though it was a peace love day,
Peace, love. First of all, Lennon played guitar.
Right.
And this other guy's guitar case was infringing on the mayor's area.
Yeah.
And he gets mad at that.
Yeah.
It's a day that's supposed to commemorate the love that was John Lennon.
Well,
and it's a guitar case, so it fits in. It's like, and this fucking self-serving ass cock is out there yelling at him because his guitar case is on there.
He said, man, I'm stressed out. There's a lot going on today.
It's about me. I bet when he got
going on
dressed
today.
he gets in front of a full-length mirror and has a little talk with himself about how it's his day, and he's going out there, and then probably gives himself and points his fingers at the mirror.
Yeah.
Goes, yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Now let's go get him.
Yeah, he's in the paper today if you want to see what he looks like.
Fortunately, not for other reasons.
No. So then I squeezed my way. I said, fuck it. And I was ground zero at the Mosaic. There were thousands of people behind me. Thousands. It got so fucking crowded. And all of a sudden, somebody squeezes through the crowd and just drops a letter on the Mosaic. And I tweeted it in 4 parts. We got to read the letter today on the air.
The letter is...
Jimmy will love the letter.
Babel.
Who wrote it?
It is
just a fan.
A girl named Madeline.
To John?
Of course.
Yeah, there's the letter.
I don't think he'll be picking it up anytime soon, to tell you the truth.
Who wants to read this?
Oh, we can't get it. Let me see.
This is for John Lennon on the 30th anniversary of his death. That was left at the Imagine Mosaic.
Dear John,
could you point out all the grammar errors too while you read this? Yes.
Your music inspires me so much, and when I read about it,
first of all, let me say there's a comma after dear.
Right.
Yeah, right after John. Dear.
And then she didn't go down a line and did not indent. I think John Lennon would be very... And the Y in your isn't capitalized because she starts off with John, your music. It should be Dear John, your music with a capital Y in your.
Right.
Exactly.
It's dear, comma. I didn't even notice that one.
Imagine there's no grammar. You can in this letter.
Yes.
Yeah, that's so that's just the first fucking 3-4 words.
All right, I'll read it.
But who am I to say?
Dear John, your music inspires me.
That's exactly how it's written.
That's how it's
so
supposed to
much.
be read.
And when I read about how happy you and Yoko were, it makes me feel happy you and Yoko were the perfect pair. Just trying to have...
You and Yoko were the perfect pair.
Oh, we're the perfect pair.
That's another problem the guy had.
Location, not we are.
Right.
Yes.
Just trying to have change for the world. That is a very hard thing to do. It is so inspiring how many people you did change, because when you had power over people who loved you, you used it. People say your wife broke up the Beatles. I don't think so. I don't think so. When I've heard that Paul got mad...
Sorry, I couldn't get the whole letter in one tweet, so we go to part 2.
Part 2. This is such drivel from a lunatic. This sounds like a letter that would be written right before you shot John Lennon if he was still alive.
How about you just think this and don't write it down?
Right.
And how about you use a period every once in a while?
Period.
Paul got mad because when I heard Paul got mad that she was coming to recordings. I thought that Yoko just wanted to learn about the Beatles and be there to experience a great thing. I love your bed. In for peace you did for Yoko and you. It is wonderful how you and Yoko met.
Wait, can we explain that? Jimmy reads these letters literally, and it's the funniest thing. That was a scratch-out word.
It's a scratch-out of the word and then the very next word is and.
And these letters are much bigger. These are getting bigger and bolder.
Yes.
Someone's getting a little confident.
Because their pillows are wearing off.
It is wonderful how you and Yoko met. I wish you were still here with us on Earth.
Another page.
Sorry.
Okay.
I want to make sure people can read this.
Oh. Whenever anyone says anything bad about you, Yoko, Paul, Ringo, or George, I always say how nice of a person every one of you are, except me.
No, anyone of you, which makes no sense.
Oh,
sorry.
Any one of you, right. I always say how nice of a person any one of you are, except me.
No, that's Mick Jagger spelled
That's Mick Jagger spelled like McDonald's.
Right.
It's this idiot wrote Mick Jagger, big capital M, small c, capital J, A-G-G-E-R. Mick Jagger. Like, go to Mick Jagger's. Can I supersize that, please? At Mick Jagger's.
And let it be known, not one period yet. This is one long sentence.
This is known as a rambling ass.
Yeah, go ahead.
I always say how nice of a person any one of you are, except Mick Jagger. I read an article about you and how you didn't like Mick Jagger. And now Paul gave him the song, I Want to Be Your Man, as a favor, and then he was bad-mouthing you after you lent him a song. That will bug me forever. Ugh. I have heard.
I've heard. Another page.
This is the last part.
I have heard.
Yeah, I got it.
I have heard such great things about you, and if someone says anything bad about you, I never believed it, because it is never true. Yoko is so beautiful.
See, it should be, it was never true Yoko is so beautiful. That's how I would read it,
Yes.
but yeah, I think she went because it's never true.
Yes. She looks like Droopy Tits McGillicuddy. I never believed it because it is never true. Yoko is so beautiful. I read that you loved the one photographer because his picture made Yoko look...
that is the word.
Picture-y. Picture is picture-y.
Because his picture made Yoko look even more beautiful. It was apparently a photo of someone else. Even more beautiful than she really is. Give peace a chance. Love, Madeline. P.S. I love you and Yoko.
Now, wait for your response there, Madeline.
How old is Madeline?
I don't know. I didn't see
I think
her.
Madeline's like a Stalker Patty type thing, but only really, really, really retarded.
Madeline's an ass.
So,
And it looks like it's from a little notepad because it's ripped out of the spiral binder.
Angrily ripped out.
Yes.
Angrily ripped out.
That person is insane.
So then the next video you gotta just check out for yourself. I tweeted it. I decided I was hungry during the sing along portion of the festivities, and I videotaped myself reaching down and picking up one of the hippies' green apples and taking a bite out of it.
It's during what song?
Jimmy.
Yeah,
it's more of a visual.
Oh, that's nice. Green apple.
I was right in the middle, man. You bent down
and your foot's on the flower. What a
foot's on the flowers. You took a bite out of their dumb apple.
Their dumb green hippie apple.
That's pretty funny.
It was almost poignant for a second. Because you had the Apple, and it was like Apple Records and shit like that. And then it's up to the people. And they're all having fun. And then it slowly goes down, and you just see that Apple with a giant bite taken out of it, and Opie's dumb foot on the fucking flowers.
I just sat there for like 2 hours, man.
What a bunch of dolts.
And then finally we can move on. There was so much more, but the one other thing that stands out, I decided to be a real asshole and try to start the "Give Peace a Chance" chant. Because that's what they do when they get together.
All you got to do is start.
I live in the area. I've seen it happen a million times.
And then before you know it, thousands of people are doing it.
I wanted to be the guy.
Right.
For once, I wanted to be the guy that starts a chant. I always wanted to be the guy at a sporting event or at a Lennon thing to start the chant. And I failed miserably.
You got to fail?
Yeah.
All we are saying is give peace a chance.
One other person singing with you.
All we are saying give peace a chance. I tried. They're not ready for the showstopper yet.
I didn't want to give up. Watch.
All we are saying.
Look at them all looking at me like you're an asshole.
Give peace a chance. Later. Huh?
There's a set list?
Really?
Yeah, that's kind of a late night when it gets dark kind of way.
You come here every year?
Yeah.
Yeah? What does John Lennon mean to you?
You know, love, peace, and all those good things. Singing, music.
In 2,000 years, he's going to be Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all it takes.
Yeah, it's funny. Late night when it gets dark, when it's 4:10.
4:10 it gets dark.
I like to sing. I just blow her off. But they explained to me that you do the "Give Peace a Chance" thing later in the fucking day.
With the candles?
Yeah, there's a whole schedule to their horse shit. Everyone start yelling at me, later. We do that later.
You do it later. What are you doing?
Right,
you're ruining John Lennon's dead thing.
You're not following the schedule.
Exactly. Mark David Chapman is responsible for that anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not like it's his birthday.
No.
Right.
Yeah, it's like they're celebrating Mark David Chapman doing what he did.
Yeah. He probably thinks that they're all there, like, celebrating his deed. You're welcome.
Look what I did. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you very much.
So I had fun being an ass at the fucking.
I think it's funny that you couldn't even get a "Give Peace a Chance" chant started.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, at the place.
Oh yeah, and I understand.
There's apparently a set list.
I understand how douchey that sounded.
It's very funny.
I felt uncomfortable even trying. And then to get yelled at because it wasn't time for that.
It's not time? What are you doing? It's not dark?
Right.
You know what I noticed?
And then the sun went down, and it literally was 10 degrees out. And I said, I'm done with this horse shit. Just when it was getting good, by the way. But I was like, I got to go home. I'm going to get the fucking flu. What were you saying, Jimmy? I'm sorry.
No. It's funny when you asked her what Lennon means to her, she was ready to cry.
Yeah.
I'm just like, if you ask anybody what a certain band means to them, it'll make them sad.
Yes.
What's so-and-so mean to you?
Well, what does Sabbath mean to you, Jimmy?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Kick ass.
Kick ass.
Listen to the words.
Yeah. When you tell somebody, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, what does it mean to you?
What happened? Breaking news, Howard Stern signing with Sirius Radio for another 5 years. Of course.
Yes.
Everyone knew that.
Oh, yeah? 5 years.
Breaking news, Howard Stern signing with Sirius Radio for another 5 years. Now we know where our money went.
I wonder what the deal is. I guess we'll find out.
I'm sure it's for the exact same fucking money.
No.
All right, good for him, though.
I'm happy.
I would love to.
Better for stock, I think.
I would love to make that much money. I'm not going to fucking lie to anybody.
Hey, who wouldn't, right?
Him. But, you know.
Right?
Ooh, today should be a good day to get stock.
No. Probably going to be up.
No, it won't be up?
Might be up.
I think it'll jump a little bit.
Might be up, and it might have a little bump, and then it'll go back down.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm buying 2 million shares. Guy who doesn't know how to do stock.
What will that cost you? $2,000?
Oh, boy, do I wish I would have done that when it was a nickel.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Are we done with the John Lennon thing? Because the last major interview came out from Rolling Stone.
Yeah, I thought they had that better fucking tape recording equipment back then. It's all crackly.
No one thought to maybe, save this stuff properly?
Yeah, where was it?
That long
stupid
ago?
Closet at NEW.
Oh, right.
Rotting away.
God, you think that closet's still there? Or you think they finally got all that shit out of there?
That shit's gone.
They had an archives at this old station we used to work at.
The biggest rock and roll library.
They had shit that people would pay a ton of money for.
Yeah.
Live performances from every band you could imagine.
Yep.
Live Bruce Springsteen, live Rolling Stone, everything.
Yeah.
I think they even have some John Lennon recordings in there because he used to just come up to NEW and hang out because he lived in New York.
Scott Muni.
And the rest of them. Well, we could try this. John talks about being older and seeing things from a different perspective in his last interview.
I'm not claiming divinity. I've never claimed divinity. I've never claimed purity of soul. I've never claimed to have the answer to the life. I have never made any claims. I only put out songs and answer questions as honestly as I can, but only as honestly as I can. No more, no less. I can't do any more, I can't do any less. But I cannot live up to other people's expectations of me because they're illusionary. And the people that are wanting more than I am, or than Bob Dylan is, or that Mick Jagger is, or that the new punks will become, because they have to grow up too. I cannot be a punk in Hamburg and Liverpool because I'm older now. I cannot be 18 and be a punk and pretend to be socially concerned with pimples and the state of the welfare, okay? Which I was at 24. I see the world through different eyes now.
Yep.
I still believe in love, peace, and understanding, as Elvis Costello said. What's so fucking funny about love, peace, and understanding?
Why does it sound like it's an interview from the turn of the century?
Yeah, I know.
No, just the voice, too, you know?
Mary had a little
Yeah,
lamb.
exactly.
Her fleece was white as snow.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
To hear him talking like that, like people expect more out of me than I can get. It's great.
You know what? But
And now
no
look.
one, yeah, but no one listened.
And no one listened
Because he is a deity.
They're
Did that
making
air
him.
anywhere though, or this is just
Supposedly,
found?
this is one of those interviews that never aired. I think.
How do they not air this?
I don't know.
That's great.
We're
I
waiting
don't know.
for the 30-year anniversary to release it.
I don't know the backstory on this.
Maybe they just found it. Or, who forgets they did a Lennon interview?
I can't live up to that.
Maybe it was transcribed and thrown in their magazine.
Oh.
And so, but you're hearing it for the first time, obviously.
Fuck, that's great, dude. That's great.
Oh, yes, Sam. What's the back story on this?
Quickly, Sam,
It was,
with an accent.
Sam!
It was a magazine interview. So, like, it was just for Rolling Stone, so that's why they just kind of...
Oh, they put a shitty little recorder
Yeah,
in
the
front
tape
of
was
it,
just
yeah.
kind of there for...
Yeah.
You know.
So this was transcribed. It was in an old magazine, right?
Yeah, I mean, this was...
But now
I mean, it
we're hearing the
wasn't-
recording for the first time.
Yes.
Yeah, but the problem is, man, he's a deity. I was there, man. These people are
Yeah, they're
just
making him
all
a
about
holy
it.
man.
All about it.
And he was the one that even said, no.
Huh?
No, just fucking
Yeah.
putting out some songs.
And he said, I can't, and I can't pretend to be concerned with the state of the welfare. Like I'm not a punk like I was. You know, it's great.
Yeah, he's
He's
looking
admitting
through
that
the
he's
world
getting
different
older.
eyes, He's getting older. It's like, yeah. Just like a real person.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Sure. Lennon talks about maturing and realizing that we are all part of the problem.
When I was younger, when I could say when one is younger, but maybe they'll think that's too ego. You know, I'm not allowed to speak on that level because that upsets the little turds, right? So let's put it like when I was younger, I used to think that the world was doing it to me and that the world owed me something, and that either the conservatives or the socialists or the fascists or the communists or the Christians or the Jews or the fascists were doing something to me. And when you're a teeny bopper, that's what you think. I'm 40 now, I don't think that anymore because I found out it doesn't fucking work. The thing goes on anyway, and all you're doing is jacking off, screaming about what your mommy and your daddy or society did. But one has to go through that. For the people who even bother to go through that, most assholes just accept what it is anyway and get on with it. Right? So for the few of us who did question what was going on, I have found out personally, not for the whole world, that I am responsible for it, as well as them. I am part of them. There's no separation. We're all one, right? So in that respect, I think And I look at it all and think, well, I have to deal with me again in that way.
Well, you're not going to have to deal with yourself too much longer.
This
was right before he died. Amazing.
Is so much better than the people that are standing around just listening to his songs and, love and peace. The guy had such a great grasp on what the fuck was going on.
He really was a bright guy.
Yeah.
Fucking, I blamed the fascists, the communists, the conservatives, everyone. And
I was like,
fucking jacking off saying what mommy in society, your parents in society did. That was great.
He didn't believe in Imagine. He just wrote it.
Yeah.
He obviously didn't believe in his own song.
No, it's just kind of like, whatever.
But these people out there still believe in it.
Yeah. That's great.
How great is John Lennon?
I would just be blasting that. You're a bunch of little turds, you motherfuckers.
Yeah,
he pretty much said that.
And that's who killed him, a little turd.
Yeah. In the end, that's exactly who killed him.
A little broken turd of a man.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What a fucking honest guy, though, man.
That's pretty good.
So I'm just annoyed thinking about the guy shooting him because he's a selfish little fanboy.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Selfish
Fucking little fanboy.
Fat cunt.
And then John talks about pretending to be a tough guy as a kid.
I come from the macho school of pretense. I was never really a street kid or a tough guy. I used to dress like a teddy boy and identify with Marlon Brando and Elvis Presley, but I never really was in real street fights or real down-home gangs or nothing. I was a suburban kid imitating the rockers. But it was a big part of one's life to look tough. I spent the whole of my childhood with my shoulders up around the top of my head and my glasses off because you weren't supposed to. Glasses were sissy and walking in complete fear, but with the toughest looking little face you've ever seen, getting into trouble just because of the way I looked, but thinking that that's what it was, wanting to be this tough James Dean all the time. It took me a lot of wrestling to stop doing that. I still fall into it when I get insecure and nervous. I still drop into that, I'm a street kid, but I have to keep remembering I never really was, I don't know whether I would have survived on the streets of New York when I was 16. I was a little fruit when I see some of the kids around here.
Wow. Yeah, he dressed as a teddy.
That's great.
Believe it or not, teddies were really tough guys.
A teddy?
Tough teenagers in England.
Yeah.
And they took on that persona, the Beatles, in the early days. They all dressed like they were really fucking tough.
When we
like
played the Cavern.
Right.
Yeah, that was...
and then Brian Epstein threw him
insightful.
in the fucking suits.
That's pretty cool.
You guys are going to be wearing the suits. And Lennon hated wearing the suit.
I looked like a fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that tough guy look. That was their tough guy phase with Pete Best on drums.
They were teddies.
Leather jackets.
They were trying to tell people they were teddies.
Leather pants.
Yep.
Looking all badass.
And Epstein said that ain't going to work, man, for mainstream success.
No.
Then he threw them in their jackets. They wore ties at first, right?
Did they?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
And finally, John talks about leaving music. This is literally months before he died.
The last album was
If
the
not
rock
weeks.
and roll album with a picture of me in Hamburg in a leather jacket. Oh, yeah. And at the end of that, I was finishing off a track that Spectre had made me sing called Just Because, which I didn't really know. All the rest I'd done it before as a teenager, so I knew them backwards. I couldn't really get the hang of it. It was the hardest to sing because I hadn't known it.
Which one, Just Because?
Yeah, I never did that at the Cavern in Hamburg. All the other numbers I'd sung before, live, all my life, since they were out. And at the end of that, I was mixing it here in Record Plant, just down next door in this next studio. And I started spieling at the end of Just Because, and I was saying, and so we say farewell from Record Plant. And a little thing in the back of my mind was saying, are you really saying farewell? And I had not thought of it then. And I was still separated from Yoko. And still hadn't had the baby. But somewhere in the back was a voice saying, are you saying farewell to the whole game? But it was just flashed by like a flash like that. And I didn't think any more of it. Until a few years later when I actually realized I had stopped. And I came across the picture, which is in the office, the original. The office that I met you in today. Yeah. The original picture by Jürgen is there of me in the leather jacket leaning against the wall in Hamburg in '62.
There you go. So that's
great, dude.
Yeah. 3 days later.
Was that 3 days before he was shot?
3 days
Yeah, it was
later.
3 days.
God damn, man.
3 fucking days later. He had a lot to say, man. And he was starting to say a lot of it.
I know. He really did change.
3 days later.
How fucking... He would be a fun interview.
I think his image, because his image as a Beatle was so fucking huge that it took him so long to just keep talking like that for people to go like, oh, wait a minute. Because a lot of people I don't think liked this John Lennon. I don't think especially the older people that were, brought up on the Beatles and stuff. They didn't want to hear John Lennon cursing and sounding like this. They wanted the four lovable mop tops.
But this was the real John Lennon the entire time.
Yeah,
I've read, as much as I goof on the whole thing, I've read a lot on John Lennon. I like John Lennon. He was my, favorite Beatle, whatever. He was a rebel, and he didn't like the persona he was in the Beatles.
No,
he hated
it was an act.
He hated it. He loved the money and all that for a while, but then he just got sick and tired of it.
Yeah.
And wanted to move forward to some other things.
Isn't that cool? Otto got to perform in front of him in the park.
What?
Crazy.
Lennon put $1 in his story years ago. He told me that he was performing. I think Lennon threw $1 or $2. We watched him and then threw $1 or $2 in his hat.
How about he throws 100?
Well,
he was a Beatle.
Maybe he did throw a 5.
Chapman should have shot George. Save John.
Show us on $1 he shot you.
Shot my puppet.
So there you have it.
Should have kept those dollars.
Yeah.
But he didn't think.
Now we could all move on.
Stupid Otto. He probably brought a roll with him. Wish he was here right now so he could kiss his mouth.
God.
Sometimes they do that.
Well, the Beatles, some say the greatest band of all time.
Yes.
And we could argue the second greatest band of all time. You think Rolling Stones? I think Moon Age Daydream.
Of course.
And we'll be playing some Moon Age Daydream next.
We should do that.
What?
I have an update.
On what?
On Moonage Daydream.
Moonage
was the song, I think. The band was called Mando Birch.
Mando Birch is the second greatest band of all time? What?
Yeah, I don't know. Steve sent this to me yesterday. He says, the name of my band was Mando, Byrche.
Birch?
Birch, I guess. Yeah.
Mando Birch? The fuck is that?
And then he goes, and I haven't over an hour of awful music, including another song written by me called Good Time Boogie.
I also,
oh, God. No, he didn't write a song called Good Time Boogie.
Also in my possession, I have Dr. Steve's 1970s era driver's license photo.
Yeah, the photo's great.
You've seen
what a
that, right?
filthy, greasy hippie he looks like.
Now do you understand why I wonder if he was a swinger back?
He looks like fucking Rico, the coke dealer.
Yeah.
Or like a young friendo from
Yeah, he was getting he was getting some 70s Earth Mama muff.
Oh,
that
you
look.
know that.
He had the look.
Long hair.
That the broads wanted back then, the hippies.
His band still plays, too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where are they playing?
You know, I don't know, but no, I can't fall for that. They'll be playing in Atlantic City.
Wow.
Believe me, I feel like I need a shower after this one. On January 15th, Late Show. And the opening for them will be me, Jim Brewer, David Tell, and Bill Burr.
That's fantastic.
Because our dumb show's sold out. But the last and final show goes on sale tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. It's the 11 o'clock Saturday Late Show.
Great.
It will sell out. And
this is the last one.
Yeah, for real, it has to be.
People should know that.
There's no other availability in the room.
Yeah, don't wait around. This is the last show.
And the guys will be there hanging.
Holy shit, good call.
That is funny.
Oh.
Wow.
That was Dr. Steve?
Yeah.
That's Dr. Steve.
Danny, you got to tweak that shit.
He does.
That's
he
a
looks
good
like
call.
the
Javier
fucking,
Bardem.
The complete lunatic. Oh, my God.
He looks like a fucking intern.
Yeah, a little like that. He looks like an American Indian. I don't know what's going on with that picture.
He looks like a fucking a male escort that was pulled out of like a celebrity's fucking hotel room with blood on his fucking collar.
It looks like no matter what you're looking for, Dr. Steve in the 70s had it for you.
Yes. Unless it was a good phone call to a radio station, in which case he most certainly did not.
How does that guy become a respected doctor?
I have
He's
no
not.
idea.
Yeah, good point.
Wow, he was a pretty handsome guy back in the day.
He probably got some tang, I bet, back then. Sure.
If you want
around in his 40 Econoline van.
You have to tap it and the C's will roll out in the album, and then you roll it up.
Use the Yes album cover, the double album. to separate your seeds.
Very serious picture. He's trying to look very cool in that picture. No
Yeah.
smile, no nothing.
He's like a peak friend.
friendo.
What do you think his drug of choice was?
Cock.
Back then? You loved cock, Dr. Steve. We're going to play Moonage Daydream next after these messages from 1975.
Yes.
Dr. Steve's band from back in the day,
Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus. Sirius XM.
What's up, everybody? What else is going on in the world?
Hello.
The John Lennon thing was a big deal yesterday.
Certainly was.
Oprah announcing she's not gay. That was big.
Not gay.
We got the Aretha Franklin with the pancreatic cancer diagnosed yesterday. That sucks for her. I don't know her. She'll live on with her music. That's all I care about, right?
Thank God. Thank God. V8 spills very slowly.
Wow.
It just tipped over on my computer, and like a little fucking blob came out, a little blood clot.
Yeah. Looks like the curb at Dealey Plaza.
Bloomberg, possible presidential campaign in the near future.
Have fun. Good, do it.
Stupid Bloomy.
Give it a try.
Bloomberg.
You're ruining this city.
Huh?
Then the whole country will be fucking little islands with flowers on them.
Yeah.
Asshole has no respect for traffic at all.
Yep. A bike lane from fucking New York to California.
It's New York, Mike. It's New York.
A lot of bike lanes and a lot of trees.
Fucking annoying, dude.
A lot of trees.
I don't mind that stuff. I think it's good, and I understand why you would like it. But as someone who drives, in a cab even, sometimes I hit traffic coming here.
Yeah.
At 5 to 6 in the morning or 6 in the morning, there's traffic on Broadway because there's 2 fucking lanes.
It's not a little village. This is a giant city. You just can't do it.
It's so irritating. So irritating.
Yeah, he's playing Sim City with fucking a real city. Fucking asshole. Let me see what happens if I shut down this road and put in a bike path. You get a bunch of angry people.
It's like, what a fuck you to delivery guys that is, and people who have to drive for a living. It's like, I don't like cabbies, but that's a shit job.
Yeah. Another thing they're doing, let's see, they want to rename the Battery Tunnel to the Hugh Carey Tunnel.
Ooh. Isn't Hugh still alive?
How
Who's
that's
Hugh
going to
Carey?
catch on.
Who's Hugh Carey?
He used to
He's
be
a
a
politician.
governor.
Yeah. Governor.
Why?
I
What?
know.
The Hugh Carey Tunnel? Who gives a fuck?
This is an even better one.
Call it
which
that.
Will
Can I
never
guess?
happen. Yeah.
Oh. The better part of that, I would assume, how much money it's going to cost to change all the signs, because we get that every once in a while.
Well, that's always a big
It costs
thing.
millions of dollars to change the Triborough bridge to the Robert Kennedy RFK bridge.
And they still call it the I would never say take the RFK bridge.
No, I go Triborough.
It's like the Triborough.
Yeah.
It's always going to be the Triborough.
Is that going on with the Hugh Carey thing or no?
I think a lot of people just call it the Battery Tunnel, but this is an even bigger one that's coming up. They want to change the Queensboro Bridge to the Koch, fucking Ed Koch Bridge.
Why? Who cares?
To commemorate Ed Koch
What did he
for
do?
being mayor of New York.
Is it a bridge that bumps into another bridge? 2 bridges?
Of course, they're docking bridges.
Doesn't a bridge need a tunnel?
It's
what a waste.
It's a waste because, first of all, no one's ever going to say, yeah, you take the Ed Koch Bridge. That bridge will always be the Queensboro Bridge or the 59th Street Bridge.
Of course.
It's never going to be the Ed Koch Bridge.
And for the rest of America, that's the bridge that is featured prominently in the opening credits to Taxi.
Yes.
And The Godfather.
And more so, if you remember a little movie called Turk 182.
One of my favorite weird movies.
That was at the end when he was changing the light letters on the bridge. That was the Queensboro Bridge.
I don't know why I like Turk 182. I think because it showed New York as very gritty.
Yeah, I like that time for movies in New York because New York was just a disgusting
gritty
mess.
New York City.
With like big buses with just smog coming out of it.
Also, The Godfather really confused everybody in the New York area because They used the Queensboro Bridge, making believe they were going to Brooklyn.
GW. No, going to Jersey, maybe.
No, they. Well, what's the famous line?
It is.
They were going to Brooklyn, right?
It was supposed to be the GW. They're going to Louis in the Bronx. It was supposed to be the GW because to New Jersey there was an arrow.
But they used the Queensboro Bridge that goes to Queens.
It didn't look like the GWB.
No, it was the Queens.
Was it Queensboro?
Yeah, positive.
He makes the U-turn. Nice work, Lou.
Right.
Because you want to lose somebody behind him.
It didn't. It would never work. You can't get to the Bronx with the Queensboro.
I don't know why I was just thinking.
Why am I even trying to?
I don't know why I was thinking of that though this morning. I was thinking of the.
Maybe they were going to take the Whitestone of the Throgs Neck.
Hey,
that's way out of the way, sir.
There wouldn't be a Jersey sign. There was a Jersey to Jersey. That's why he goes, we're going to Jersey?
Right.
Maybe.
You can't go to Jersey that way.
Right. That's why you know it was supposed to be the GW.
Right. But they used the Queensboro.
They had to.
I'm still trying.
No, you're right, though. They had to. Because that night,
to anybody.
that night, they were painting the George Washington Bridge, and they would not stop painting for filming a movie.
Is that true?
No.
No.
I knew it. Why didn't they just use the GWP?
That I don't know. Maybe they could. Maybe you couldn't jump like that. Maybe you couldn't make that turn, the GW.
You can't make it on the. Oh wait, how did they do it on the Queensboro?
They just spun around. It might have just been easier to do the shot on the Queensboro.
It was.
Yeah. Well, so the Hugh Carey Tunnel.
Hugh Carey Tunnel.
And the Ed Koch
and
Bridge.
The Ed Koch Bridge.
Stupid.
It's really dumb to read it because the changing the signs, which you would think would cost like $8. It usually winds up costing, to change the name will cost the city $4 million a piece. Like, where does $4 million come to change the name?
And can't we use that for something else?
Yeah, like taxes being lowered.
Yeah, people yell and scream how New York's broke. You know, in New York City especially, and then they do something like that when you know they could use that money for something else.
Yep. I also hear the service on the MTA is at its all-time low, even though they raised fucking prices through the roof for people. Service is at an all-time low, which is great. It just goes to show you again that these motherfuckers can't manage money. And as Rudy Giuliani put it, the only bookie operation in the world that loses money, OTB, closed down.
Yeah.
They closed it.
They lost OTB.
How do you lose fucking money when you take people's money
for betting on horse races and pay them when they win and keep it when they lose, and they lose more than they win? How do you lose money? You know how? Through fucking shit management, through people lining their pockets, through too many fucking chiefs. It's just... It shows exactly, that is a perfect example that any layman can understand of why nothing works. You wonder why the MTA loses money when they're taking in billions of dollars and people always have to go somewhere. They're using the trains, the buses, the tolls, everything. And you're like, how can they lose money? Because they can lose money as a bookie. No bookie loses money. And OTB had to close down because they're out of money.
That's just amazing.
It stuns me.
We all know bookies. They don't lose money in the end.
They don't lose money.
Overall?
You never have to go and bust a bookie's leg for not paying you off.
Right.
Right. Because they made money.
They know how to do that shit.
Yeah.
With the
they
odds
make
and all
money.
that.
But OTB had to close down, which does not bode well for the local tracks here in New York. Saratoga's talking about the fact that they're not even going to be able to survive without money from OTB.
Saratoga?
Yeah.
Springs?
Saratoga Racetrack, upstate.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Belmont,
man. August
same thing.
is a big month for them.
Aqueduct, same thing. These people, a lot of people don't go to the track to place bets, but a lot of people were going to OTB to place bets.
Now, how does that work? When you make a bet with OTB in the old days, obviously now, the track gets some of that cash?
Yeah, the track would get some of the cash.
Okay. I didn't know that. So now everyone has to go to the track to bet.
To bet, right.
Oh yeah, they're fucked.
No one goes to the track if you... maybe the Belmont Stakes, things like that.
So OTB is nationwide, right?
No, I don't think it is.
Oh, it's just local?
I think they have different ones in different places.
I always felt like OTB was nationwide. So it'll fuck up the local tracks. Or do you think another business will take its place? Another type of OTB?
I don't know. It just... It's state run, though. I think that seemed to be the problem.
Just shows you what the state's
because
all about.
Because the state and the city, they can't do anything right.
Like you said.
But they can't get a private organization to do it because it's, hey, you're a bookie. And God forbid the private organization does it right, and they make money, and then New York goes, hey, we want that. We want to do that and get 50 people for the job of one and lose money.
Does that speak volumes or what?
It does.
New York would just overtax them anyway if a private person did or a private company.
They would. Yeah.
They would just fuck them on taxes for succeeding and drive them out that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Shitty. New York really is dumb.
Can we go back to the tunnel thing for a second?
Tunnel.
Yesterday,
all my troubles seem so far away. I was just getting into
yesterday, my biggest fear happened, and thank God it didn't happen to me. The Lincoln Tunnel.
I hurt myself?
That is a biggie.
That Lincoln Tunnel. You know how they sometimes decide they got to close a tube or two?
Yeah.
And then, so then what happens is you drive onto oncoming traffic in this tiny tube.
Tunnel, yeah.
When you split the
it's a sport. It's my greatest fear because usually a tube obviously is traffic going one way. You get 2 lanes, nice.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, not every once in a while, they do it a lot where they close enough of them down. So now you're driving right at cars coming at you, and there's no. First of all, the lanes are really narrow.
Yeah.
Second of all, if God forbid someone does do something wrong, you can't go anywhere.
Oncoming, you're just You
don't even have a shot
can't
to
swerve.
You can't swerve off the road or nothing. You're just dead. Fucking bus driver yesterday has a seizure and does just that.
Oh, he did?
Oh.
Just that.
In the tunnel?
In the fucking tunnel.
He crashed into oncoming traffic?
Oncoming traffic, my fear that I've thought of forever.
Did he kill anyone?
I don't know what the results were.
That must have taken forever to clear out. The traffic must have been crazy. I'd have just been mad.
I believe he crashed into like 4 cars.
Oh, I'd have been beeping so hard, people would have been like, this guy.
Crazy with this beeping.
Yeah, was he Beep City over
here?
Bada
beep, bada boop. Get out of the tunnel.
Yeah.
But why do they do that?
I know, it does seem very dangerous. Kind of cool, though. Let's see. Drivers using the Lincoln Tunnel facing delays after a New Jersey transit bus collided with 4 vehicles in the South Tube. The crash occurred about 2:10 p.m., right? Middle of the afternoon, not too bad. Suffered a seizure in the bus shortly before... the New York bound tunnel.
Cool.
Oh, wow.
Not life-threatening.
How many people were aboard the bus or if anyone was injured, they don't know. Yeah, that's...
Everybody just veered right into oncoming traffic. Oh, can you imagine a bus is all of a sudden in your lane and you can't swerve?
I hate when those buses are in those tunnels anyway. They never go fast enough. No one ever goes fast enough in those tunnels for me. I hate the people that step on the brake before they go into the tunnel, too. There's no reason.
Right.
It's a lane. It's just as big when you're outside the tunnel as inside the tunnel, but they jam on the brake before they go into the tunnel like, no, move. And then every curve and turn, the brake lights go on. It's like, just drive like it's a regular fucking lane.
You got to line yourself up nice, right?
Oh,
set yourself up nice and just keep your speed.
I go through those gates like horses taking off, like thoroughbreds taking off when the fucking bell rings. I also, there's no fucking reason to stop behind the vehicle. The one vehicle goes through the gate, and then the gate comes down, and then you wait, the gate goes up, and go. Just get on the guy's ass and go right through the fucking thing.
Right.
There could be a line of cars going right through without the gate having to move.
Why do we have to have the gate?
The gate is stupid. It's only New York has the fucking gate.
Why
Jersey
do we have the gate still?
got rid of the gate. Yes, Iraq? Iraq's got an input.
The Lincoln Tunnel, they don't have any of the gates, but people will still come to a full stop at Easy Pass.
It's just ridiculous because they want to see the little light that says Easy Pass paid.
Right.
Green light.
Right.
It's like you don't have to see that light. It doesn't matter. What are you going to, if it doesn't light up, are you going to stop and ask the person, hey, the light didn't come on.
Excuse me, sir.
You're going to go anyway. Just go. My whole fucking thing with driving is just go.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, Dave C. in New York City, forget bridge names. And started us down this path.
Yeah.
Look up New York City's plan to change every street sign to lowercase letters.
Why? No way. No way.
Can you find that story? Why would they need to do that? What? And that's more waste.
Why?
Is that
Why? Why?
New York City might not go ahead with sign changes.
New York City current street signs are here to stay, at least for now.
God.
Right, at least for now.
Enough of the pop-up.
The Federal Highway Administration was requiring that all 250,000 New York City street signs be changed to the upper and lowercase font called Clearview. The Fed said the drivers can identify the words more quickly with the upper and lowercase mix, particularly at night.
Oh, my God.
Because they're all capital letters now.
Right.
If you look at a street sign, the whole street name is all in caps. How does the upper and lowercase make it easier?
I don't know, but has everybody been getting lost forever? What the fuck? It's GPS now anyway, assholes.
Yeah, who's looking at street signs?
It's-
I just go, at the next street, make a left turn.
Yeah.
It's a common theme with this show. It's just people just overthinking everything all the time. Who came up with this?
I can't drive unless it's in Helvetica. I made a left at Wingdings.
Gregory,
and
I need
Dingbats.
Times New Roman or I can't find where I'm going. The font is not correct. Perry. Oh, there's Perry. Stupid.
Speaking of fonts, you know that there's a whole movement to get rid of the Sans font?
Why?
Sans?
Yeah, I made a few of my videos using the Sans
Who doesn't
font.
like the Sans?
There's a whole movement. They'll attack you, your videos, and everything.
Oh!
Because they feel like people are overusing it. It's kind of, what is Sans? It's like
Sans looks like.
It's like kind of like comic-y.
Oh, comic booky.
Yeah,
It's
that.
like handwriting.
People are obsessed with getting rid of that font for some reason. There's a whole movement in it. There's a whole group of
I
douchebags
guess
out
there is.
that are in touch with each other and attack you if you use that font.
It looks like handwriting.
Why would anybody?
Why
I
would people
never
care? Exactly.
Never.
But people are out there that have nothing else to do with their lives that will attack you if you use that particular font on
I
something.
gotta change my fucking nickname now? Fuck that.
Oh, what's your nickname?
Sans Font Kid.
Can we go back to that street sign thing?
Oh, it's so silly.
That is really
That's someone overthinking their job.
waste.
Do you think that they do stuff like that to give jobs to people? Like, I can't comprehend how that
it's
helps.
someone just like around here, and I'm not. We'll try not to bitch today because I understand you guys don't like a lot of the bitching, but it's someone trying to just justify their existence and their job. That's all this is. Overthinking their job.
And let me tell you something. Because they're saying that, I guarantee you there's already been a multi-million-dollar study on capital letters as opposed to lowercase and recognition in street signs.
Sure.
So they went through this whole expensive fucking program, and then to enact it, 250,000 street signs.
So that's got to cost maybe, I would guess $1 per sign. So that's $250,000.
$1 per sign. You know what one of those signs would probably cost?
How much do you think it would be? Probably $100 per sign.
To make
easy.
It's not even the making of the signs. It's probably the human manpower to actually install them.
Installation.
All that. If you gave me 10 street signs and you were like, you got to get these done today, I would take my sweet ass time. My sweet ass time.
I would love to know what it would cost to do that.
And it's all union labor that's doing it, so you know that the prices are really jacked up, and they could probably only put up so many per day.
What happened?
One guy has to be handed to the sign to put it up.
You need a three-man crew at every street sign.
What happened to you, man?
What happened?
You were
man?
a union guy.
Yeah, and it sucked. Because I would have liked to have been able to just walk into my boss and ask for a raise like the old days, instead of having to have a fucking union delegate go to my boss and get me a 0.03% raise per year.
Nice.
For fucking 18 years of knocking tin. And my fucking negotiator was my fucking stepfather, Sal.
And he couldn't even help you out.
No!
You're helping him out now.
He was the guy.
You should remind him of all the times he should have helped you out a little more.
He was my union delegate.
Wow.
With Sal, so he would go in and negotiate my deal.
He was your Eatman before you had any money.
He was. He'd go in and I'd be like, oh, Sal's here. He must be negotiating with my boss.
Now I'm in a bad mood.
And then I'd get something like it would be 3% increase for 2 years. And then the third and fourth year, you'd get like 5% increase.
Wow.
And when you're making $350 a week, it really doesn't amount to that much. It really doesn't.
That's the other thing that companies got rid of.
Yeah.
Cost of living raises.
And then I had to kick it back to Sal, half of it.
Oh, really?
Oh, because it was all, organized crime. I'm teasing, of course.
They got rid of the cost of living raise. Most people don't get that now. Most people don't get that either now.
It's like, hey, forget about it.
They just fuck you at every turn if you work now.
At least we get a Christmas bonus, though.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait for that.
That's so funny.
I know.
Can we just do that one more time?
It's timeless, isn't
Christmas
it?
bonus. You're just automatically out in the middle of the woods, the dark woods. Where's my Christmas bonus?
No one's hearing you. Just
no one's hearing you.
I really believe that we were the ones that kind of started that cricket thing. You see it everywhere now.
I love the cricket.
I don't want to
thing.
do the hoo thing today, but
no, I remember. I do remember seeing it in like Bugs Bunny episodes.
Bugs Bunny used it.
Yeah.
Oh, then I should shut the fuck up.
I remember Otto years ago on stage. If a joke would bomb, he would go cricket, 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 and then he would just go El Grillo, whatever it is in Spanish. He would say it was really funny. Yeah.
Clown.
Wow, am I way off today? Hey, so the signs, they're going to change the signs. And then you got to hear how how the city and the state is broke. It seems like if someone just looked at their books, they could easily find money. Easily.
Yes.
Wasted money.
Wasted money everywhere. Began the estimated $26.6 million process. $27 million to change
Hold
the
on, you forgot
signs
the
to
important word.
lowercase.
Taxpayers to pay.
Oh, of course.
$27 million for lowercase street sign changes in New York City.
$27 million to go lowercase.
Now, we've been around a while now, right?
I would think so.
Do you know of one fucking person that has complained about street signs in your life?
I've never heard of this.
No. Let's not even make a joke.
I've heard complaints that street signs were missing or street signs were turned the wrong way.
They're bent or something.
And that happens everywhere.
Well, then you get lost on Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Yes, that's another one. I'm at the corner of MLK and Malcolm X Boulevards.
Those are the best.
Help.
So someone has decided to spend $27 million of our hard-earned money to change something that obviously none of us have ever heard of being a problem.
It does seem to me, though, that it's the Federal Highway Administration requiring the city's Department of Transportation. So this is an order that came in from the federal government.
The feds.
It's not just the state saying it. So that's the only thing I'll let the state off on.
Well, then how about the federal government realizes that this is not important right now while we're broke, you fucking idiots.
Each new sign will cost $110.
I guessed about 100. I was almost there.
Officials say they will have 11,000 changed by the end of the fiscal year, but already replaces about 8,000 signs a year due to wear and tear.
Shit.
So,
can I tell you something? This world is fucked up, and if I could convince my family, I want to be a mountain guy. I want to.
You just want to get away?
I want to escape all this. I really do.
You'd have problems up there too, though.
Not like this shit.
The bears would do something that annoys you.
Whatever. I would deal with it. I would become a hunter or something. I can't take this. I can't take this shit you see going on around you.
I watch.
It drives
the news.
me nuts.
I get so angry.
Why are they doing this?
Municipalities across the country are expected to comply with the changes, and will have up until until 2018 to do so. Well, wait until 2017, and then just go do it real fast.
Yeah, who's bothered? I've never said I wish signs were lowercase.
Yeah. Right. I never known anybody that has said that.
How about you do one sign a year for the next 250 million years? Because quarter million. 250,000 years. Here's the thing. With everything being GPS now anyway, it's like enough. We don't care. Street signs eventually are going to be fucking holograms or just stop it.
If you're going to change them, really change them futuristic.
Right.
I don't like Blade Runner and shit.
Yeah.
I bet you after they spend the $27 million, then I would love to walk around and ask people if they even noticed. No one's even going to notice.
Did you notice
that they changed them?
It's so easy to make the turn now. And with GPS, it's like it doesn't matter. You just scroll. You could get rid of the signs. Make a left. Okay.
How long until you just have like a HUD on your windshield that just overlays Google Maps on the windshield?
That overlays it, and then in one little corner, like a PIP thing, you'll have like the street sign, virtual street signs.
Or maybe like a little GTA map sort of.
Coming up. Yeah, GTA map. Yeah, shit like that. Let's get some fighter plane technology in the cars. And if you can't cut it, don't drive. And I want the driving test to be a lot fucking harder than just parallel parking and driving around a block that isn't even hard to drive around. You ever see the driving test? They take you around a little neighborhood, make you go, stop sign, a light, parallel park, and you're done. And then these idiots get on the highway, and they have no clue what to do. They're fucking doing 20 miles an hour on an on-ramp to a highway, and I'm behind them.
I was about to say, the part of the driving test should be entering a highway from a highway gas station. And if you fuck that up, you don't drive.
Exactly. You can't drive. Then you don't fucking drive. The test should be a lot harder than they are. And if you can't fucking do it, because it ain't a right, it's a fucking privilege to drive. It's not a right. You don't have the right to drive a vehicle. And it should be a lot harder. It would be safer. It would get idiots off the fucking street. It might get idiots to actually learn how to drive and get on a highway. When I hit that fucking on-ramp, I am doing at least 60 miles an hour on the on-ramp.
Yeah.
And cars are doing the same speed I'm doing. I could drift in anywhere. I don't care. And if I have to, you accelerate a little bit or you let off the gas a little bit. I'm not jamming on the brake because the end of the ramp is coming up. Like I see so many little Asian faces looking out the window with their arm out the window, their head craned completely around at the end of the ramp looking for an in with cars doing 70 past them. No, you fucked up, didn't you? You fucked up.
You fucked up.
Oh, my God.
Fucked up.
There is one word
Oof.
I have been yelling driving home more than I ever have yelled before, and it's not the N-word.
Very good. Lots going on. They're going to pardon Jim Morrison today after 40 years.
Oh, good.
Well,
What's his comment?
There's his widow. Man, there's something to be said about dying young. He would be waking up next to that.
She was beautiful back in the day.
And you see what she looks like now?
She was fucking smoking.
Look at a man.
Looks like a rotten
An American
pumpkin.
poet man.
Don't mess with my Morrison.
Oh, please. Shave your dumb beard.
I can't believe you never liked the Doors.
No.
That saddens me. That saddens me. He was the American
But by the
poet.
way, I think there is better music than the Doors.
Of course there is.
Oh, sure.
Fucking ABBA.
No, Moon Age Daydream, man.
Oh, that's right.
Just to finish up on the
that's
signs
name of the
before,
song.
before we move on, wouldn't it be great if they used the worst font possible to change the signs? What would be the worst font to use?
Oh, God,
for
one of
street
those
signs?
script ones that are really
do
too
you got one,
thin
Danny?
and high. And
What's one of those fonts where your fucking eyes go batty trying to read it? Does anyone know the actual name of one of those?
Yes,
I know the Sans because that's the one that people hate.
But even that is like print.
People are saying that's like doing a hacky radio.
Papyrus?
Use too
Is
much.
Papyrus bad?
Papyrus? Give it.
Oh, that would be really hard to say.
Which one are we trying out for the street signs?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if, because these days, who knows if everybody has all these fonts anymore.
It doesn't matter.
But
they would use
Blackadder ITC is pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Blackadder ITC. It's very thin cursive. Very thin cursive.
Imagine if every sign looked like that.
That's like oldie English written with a quill.
Yeah, it's like the Captain Morgan's font.
Wow, there's just too much going on with that B.
Yeah. Brush script I'm getting is
Brush
bad.
script?
Curls or GG. Yeah, go. That's a bad one.
Wait, I want to get a really bad one.
That's an awful one.
Yeah,
that would be hard to see on a street sign coming up.
That hurts
but
on the
get,
eyes.
Get like the most despicable one ever.
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Yeah.
What's the one where like the letters get really thick but also really thin in places?
Ooh. One of those comedy wacky ones?
Nah, that's easy. How about this? Just wacky.
That's kind of wacky looking.
Which one was that?
Comedy.
That was called Joker Man.
Joker Man.
Joker Man. Oh my God, what is that? Go up. Go up to that Arabic looking shit. Yeah, what is that?
Oh my God.
That would be impossible.
Which one is that?
Matura MT Script Capitals.
Oh wow.
That's pretty hard.
Someone's saying monotype Corsiva.
Yeah, is that a hard one?
We'll do this until we really get one that just fucking
anything really thin and
curly
I
whirly.
don't have like crazy stuff on him.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Another dumb bit I started. Fucking idiot. Piece of shit. Go fuck yourself. Go live in Go climb a mountain and live there. The world would be a better place.
Yeah, I want to hear Dr. Steve's band.
Can we take a break before that?
Yeah, we could do that.
All right, the song is called Moon Age Daydream,
Yeah.
right?
And the band is?
I forgot already.
Shite.
Hang on.
Yeah, you have to look it up again. Mondo Birch.
Mando
Birch.
Not even Mondo.
Mondo
Birch. Mando Birch.
Mando Birch.
A palaver. I want to hear Mando Birch.
All right. Yeah.
The Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus. Sirius XM.
Little Peace Frog for everybody. That's the go-to Doors song when we talk about the Doors, I guess. E-Rock doesn't know any other Doors songs. You know any Doors songs, E-Rock?
We have a few others here.
Yeah, what would you play?
Refrigerator
Because you play
Door.
this every time we talk about the Doors.
I
love this song, by the way.
A long time. So
Yeah. It's the only one we play, trust
no,
me.
there's Backdoor Man,
It's the only one we play.
Oh, back
Roadhouse
man.
Blues.
Because I was ready to go into my same speech I've said 100 fucking times about Peace Frog being my favorite Doors song and blah, blah, blah. Give me another one.
Maggie McGill. Is that how you say that?
Got something cakey, Kenny?
But not flaky, Kenny.
Not flaky, cakey.
He likes cakey, but not flaky.
Yeah.
God, we know each other way too
I know.
much.
I like
Long,
cakey, not
whatever.
flaky in the morning. Flaky is an afternoon thing. Like a flaky would be like like an apple turnover. That's flaky. But cakey is like a marble cake thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of gush mushy.
What about Ennemans? Crumb
Ennemans
cake.
is cakey.
You wouldn't eat that?
No, I would.
Wait,
That's
cakey, not
I
flaky?
want cakey in the morning, flaky in the afternoon.
And then bukkake at night.
Oh, that's good any time of the day. Ooh.
Marble cake sucks.
I love marble cake.
Out of
with
all the cakes you can
the
have?
chocolate and
Yeah,
the
it's
cakey
good.
stuff. Marble
No.
with the cinnamon on top.
No.
Fresh marble cake.
It is
hate
good.
fucking marble
Smells
cake.
good.
It's a conglomerated mongrel cake.
Yeah. But the problem is it's all round like a bunch of marbles. You know.
Oh, they don't. They're not really round. Chip.
Hey,
Chip just gets mad at me. He gave me the look. He shot me a look because I refuted his marble cake claim.
and we're gonna play Dr. Steve's song. I swear.
I wanna hear it.
in a few minutes, but really quickly.
Yeah.
I know you're a huge fan of Snooki, so there's a big Snooki
Speaking
story
of
today.
round. Yuck.
I think this is a great idea on MTV's part. I really do.
Really?
I'm not a fan of the Snookster.
No.
Not at all. I actually hate her. I despise her.
Stander. Trying to be all sexy in that pistachio commercial. Have you seen that one?
No.
Ugh.
Really?
They got everyone doing that. Lewis Black's doing one.
I saw fucking Blagojevich doing one.
Blagojevich is doing one. And then what's his name? I think a football player's got one too. Which football player?
Lyle Alzado.
He's a black guy. Yeah, his brain's the size of a pistachio. Before he died of brain cancer. So you get it?
Oh my God. They're trying to make her look sexy.
I know.
She's not sexy.
She's by a tanning booth.
And she got a little, she's gaining a few pounds there, huh?
Yeah.
I think she actually does look kind of sexy there, honestly.
They put a jacket
Snooki?
on her.
Come on,
to
Jimmy.
cover up her
Dude, she's
fucking
not bad there.
blubber.
Fat tits.
She does have
Wonderful
fat tits, but I want to work them like a speed bag, not have any pleasure with them.
You think Snooki's sexy?
In that moment there, yeah.
No.
The little silk robe, her fucking big fat rump.
They even got Keyboard Cat to do one of these.
Keyboard
Really?
Cat rules.
Keyboard Cat. Yes.
Epic.
Look
This
at
is
how
epic.
cute Keyboard
I
Cat
fucking
is.
hate keyboard
This
cat.
is epic.
Any cat on the internet is adorable.
Keyboard
Absolutely.
Cat does it perfectly.
Look at Keyboard Cat.
Wonderful pistachios.
I love Keyboard Cat.
I would love keyboard cat if he had a fucking tire track through his back.
You know, I don't care. Call me a faggot. Cats on the internet are
Okay, faggot, what's next?
Thank you. Cats on the internet, hysterical.
And adorable.
I don't know why, and they have such longevity.
I like Ron Livingston better.
Ron Livingston as
Keyboard
the
Cat.
Keyboard Cat. What the fuck? That's fantastic.
I guess he was just sick of all the keyboard cat shit like everyone else.
Did Ron Livingston just do this?
Yes.
Who is he?
Ron Livingston's hysterical, man.
He was in Office Space. I think that's probably his best known role.
Not Band of Brothers, too.
Oh,
which
I
he was
you know what? I didn't see
fucking
it.
amazing in that.
I did not know that, sir. I did not know that.
Yeah.
So Snooki, not a fan of Snooki, but I think this is a great idea.
Ron Livingston's keyboard cats. I didn't see that.
You haven't
I
seen
have
that
not
yet?
seen that. It's great.
Snooki will have ball at New Year's is the headline. Los Angeles,
How many in her
California. Some people celebrate the new year with a little nookie. MTV plans to ring in 2011 with a little Snooki.
Oh, great.
Got to hire better writers from the newspaper. The network plans to put Jersey Shore star Snooki inside a ball that drops in Times Square as part of its New Year's Eve special.
I hope it drops without any cable or anything. They just fucking kick it out of a helicopter.
Like Omar.
Like Omar just... they hang her like Omar. The copter hits the ground from her weight.
You expect me to believe Snooki's pussy smells like the West Shore Expressway because Omar says so? They say that.
I said I will not fuck her, Tony. She's fat. He would.
I told you a long time ago not to step on my foot, you fucking little elephant.
I'm keeping track. We've done the Gay, the Godfather, and now Scarface.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
Jesse.
yeah.
We've done the Jesse.
Yes.
And I've complained. So this show is almost another perfect one by us.
I don't think I've been racist yet.
I was looking at
Oh, you were with the marble cake.
conglomerated marble cake.
Okay, yeah.
So you squeezed that.
Your very essence is.
I'll be honest though, that was Danny.
I was looking at old Audible descriptions for what has gone on the show in the past.
Oh, no.
And it could have been like a description from today's show. Like it was just like Andy Rooney said some dumb shit. And
People get confused. They're like, they're not updating Audible. No, we are every day. Just looks like the exact same show every day.
Same show.
When you go back and read it in a little bit.
Yeah, I know. So MTV, the 23-year-old known nationwide for her, whatever, says
Fat ass.
Snooki will be there. They're trying to set a fist pump record also. So people are going to be fist pumping.
Oh, no,
and then they're going to drop
not.
Snooki in a ball. In like a glass ball or something like that.
And at New Year's...
I don't know why it's such a big deal to get the biggest audience on New Year's. Everyone fights for the biggest crowd. CNN gets the...
It's always New Year's Rockin' Eve.
Yeah, of course.
I think New Year's Rockin' Eve. And Dick Clark this year still going to be co-hosting?
It looks like it. Ryan Seacrest will once again host Dick Clark's New York's Rockin' Eve with musical performance by Daughtry and Jennifer Lopez.
Yuck!
That's good. That's Rockin' Eve.
I like
Fucking horrid.
Daughtry's okay.
I don't like Daughtry. He can't sing. I don't like him.
I really like Daughtry. I just wish he...
I like him, but...
I just wish he went a different direction, didn't go so poppy.
I think the name of his band
wish.
they all
stinks,
have
too.
to.
But it's kind of smart on his part for more mainstream success. But
It's just his last name.
I wish he was more of a
He's
rocker.
very successful.
I
He's
know.
one of those very successful guys that came off of that show, and there's been a few that just haven't done shit.
Yeah, I like
And he didn't even win the fucking thing.
He's a very humble guy, too, it seems. So let's go to Mark in Palm Springs.
Ah, wonderful.
Mark, real fast.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Palm Springs, you're on the air, Palm Springs.
Hello.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Snooki looks like a barrel.
I can't hear you, dude. What'd you say? Your phone's cutting out.
Snooki.
We
looks
heard you!
Every time.
Oh man, you got.
I love when you set the hook.
Check that off the list.
Check that off the
We
list.
got one of those done. Jimmy thinks Snooki's hot in that
In that, I
commercial.
think she's sexy. I absolutely do.
Her face looks a
What a
little,
way to bring in the new
swollen.
year.
Yeah.
I don't find anything attractive about her at
Nope.
all.
Some of the older pictures of her aren't bad.
I would go Angelina.
It's a surprise.
I would
Thank
go
you.
Angelina way before Snooki. JWoww, obviously.
Yeah.
And then I would throw in a little Sammy
Look at
Sweetheart
that. She's
before
a
this.
fire hydrant.
Jimmy, look at that. Come on.
She's not, I'm not saying, but
They dressed
first
her
of
up
all,
nice for the pistachio ad, but she's a fucking pig.
she has big, giant,
put a
suckable tits. She just has big, fat hips. But, I
They
mean,
put
she's
a
not.
jacket on her for the pistachio thing.
Yeah.
They had to put a jacket on her
Right.
because she's standing by a tanning booth.
Right.
Or a little tanning bed. Why the fuck would she be wearing a jacket?
Right.
But they
know.
did it to cover up her big fat ass and her Mary Lou Retton torso.
She's just a big camel toe lady.
This just in
her.
from
Why am I
Stephen
so
S. from
angry?
Bayshore. Next to Snooki, Dick Clark will be lowered in a iron lung.
Oh, poor Dick Clark.
Really?
Well, I'm sure, believe me, when we come back, we will have his countdown, and we will just be laughing. And I wonder how it'll be this year. You think it'll be better or worse than last year?
He'll still be doing it when we come back.
Wasn't he way off last year?
Oh, by 8 seconds.
7, 11, 2.
Oh, that's right. He got the numbers wrong.
5.
His only job was to count down, and he couldn't do
Monday,
that.
Wednesday, Sunday, Saturday.
Ooh. Oh. Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, yeah. Is this Manson's record?
This is the Should Have Stayed Lost tapes. Oh, come on. It was just ready to kick. It was just ready to kick.
Oh, we're going to kick.
I want to hear it kick.
Just for the setup. That's Dr. Steve's band from 1975. What's the name again? I bet you not one person in this room.
Mando
Birch.
Calrissian.
Mando Birch?
Mando Birch.
This is Mando
Who's
Birch.
Mando Birch? Wow, I was a doctor.
We're going to have Dr. Steve on in a few minutes.
It's probably some awful
explain
guy.
himself.
He invented catheters.
That's probably right.
They play this music at the hospice to clear beds out because it kills the people. Dr. Steve.
Okay.
Yes, here it is. Smell the glove.
I'm an alligator.
Wait a minute. Dr. Steve on Vox, by the way. That is Dr. Steve.
What
That's
is
him
Vox?
singing. Vocals. Vox.
It's just going to
Vox.
be you gotta say
V-O-X.
Vox.
That's him singing?
Yes. And he's an alligator, it seems. It seems, from this song, it seems Dr. Steve is an alligator.
Now, I don't go too deep with David Bowie. I know David Bowie had a song called Moon Age Daydream. Is that this song or no? Does anyone know?
I don't know.
I'd love to cricket about now.
I'll find it. Does he sing about alligators, David Bowie? Let's go back to Dr. Steve on Vox.
I'm an alligator. I'm a mama, papa, cover for you.
I'm hearing it is a Bowie cover. Okay.
I feel like it's gonna take for you. Keep on my side. You're smoking like a big monkey butter.
Valtrex once a day, hey.
I build up a fluid.
Yeah, yes. Seepage out of the vagina into the underpants.
Oh, that guitar is...
Oh, my God.
Right now, Dr. Steve is sticking himself with dirty needles from the hospice.
He should be. The drummer from Doyle's band. Wow, these guys should be singing Comfortably Numb in front of a record store.
Now we're almost halfway done it.
Wow.
You want to critique the band? You've been in a few bands in your life.
Well,
what do you like? What do you don't like?
Even given that the recording is,
1975.
it's obviously a one mic live recording, not done through a board or anything, so it's going to sound a little odd. It's the only positive thing I'll give him. His voice, if he's trying to do a Bowie impression, I don't know. Because
I hear a little
sounds like
Bowie
he
in there.
is.
A little bit.
I hear a lot of safety dance.
He's a little pitchy.
A little
He's a little pitchy.
Dog.
One of the guitarists, if there's two, I can't even tell, are abominable.
He needs to tune.
And the drummer, that run wasn't quite a run. Yeah, the drummer doesn't sound very good either. He was clicking sticks when he's trying to get around the kit.
think the bass player fucked that up. Very Spinal Tappy right here. I'm gonna play with him.
You're in tune.
Yes, I can play. I was jamming with Dr. Steve. It's like those videos where they get like somebody that's been gone for a while or dead or something, and you play with them. It's great.
I can't wait to see Mando. What is it?
Mando Birch.
Mando Birch shreds.
It'll just be actual footage of him.
Stonehenge monument that was threatened to be crushed by a dwarf.
Vicodin blocks fecal matter from producing and being released through the colon and the bowel.
And oh, how they dance, the little children of Stonehenge. No, we're not gonna do fucking Stonehenge. Yeah. Yes, Nigel Tufnell. Dr. Nigel Tufnell. Wow. Kevin from Connecticut says, I got a fever, and the only prescription is more Mando Birch.
Well, a couple things.
Actually, wait a minute. Play the better song by them.
I don't think this is the same band. The drummer's much better.
So's the guitarist.
So's the vocals.
Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. You're no tune, son of a bitch.
P.A. John, you fucking genius.
Yeah. And that's for queers and retards. I'm just joking.
I love this song.
I fix people. Do you know how important that is?
You gotta play through it. You gotta play through it. If you play through it, you're playing through the whole song because it just sucks.
It wasn't that bad, though, right? We've heard worse.
Well, considering it's from what,
75.
75, okay.
And
so
the
that
band's
does
brave
fit
enough
in.
to do an obscure Bowie song.
And they were, I would guess, how old would you put Dr. Steve at approximately in 75?
I'd say 20.
20?
How old is Dr. Steve?
I don't know. I'd say he's probably 55.
Holy shit.
I don't know. I wouldn't put him at that old.
Oh, maybe he was younger, 17?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 52.
Let's find out. The lead singer, the man on Vox.
Of Mando Topless. I mean, Mando Birch.
Dr. Steve on the line. Dr. Steve, first of all, the name of the band was what?
Mando Birch.
And why Mando Birch?
No idea. We just thought it sounded cool, man.
Were you guys smoking a lot of dope back then?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think you could tell.
Yeah.
You guys talked over my fantastic synthesizer solo.
I heard. No, we heard the
I
wild
forgot that.
woo. Yeah, he's playing keyboards too.
I forgot about that.
Oh, my God.
Did you have Leslie cabinets?
No, I wanted one. I couldn't afford it.
Yeah, those are the good ones. They spun around the speakers.
A Vox organ and a mini Korg synthesizer.
Oh, a Korg synthesizer. You were fucking styling back then. Damn. Did you do any shows?
Yeah, we did one or maybe two. And we were together for like 3 years and maybe played 3 gigs. So,
That's a lot of practice.
we were so arrogant that we would only play songs that we thought were good. So, we were playing stuff that nobody wanted to hear.
What was the set list for you guys?
Self-serving crap.
Name some of the other songs on your set list. Moon Age Daydream from Bowie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we played. Gosh, now that I think about it, it was we played some Todd Rundgren.
Oh my God,
Todd Rundgren.
Well, because the guitar player, the really awful guitar player at the time, and that he was a big Todd Rundgren fan.
Oh my God, you guys just didn't want an audience.
No, absolutely not. If we played beach music, we would have been huge.
Right.
Yeah. What
little
the fuck?
surfer music.
Play a little fucking Peter
surf.
Frampton or something.
Yeah.
What's the matter with you?
And how many people were at that gig that we just heard?
Oh, there was like 2 high school girls.
I was going to say not including the band.
So I'm going to assume here that you didn't get laid that night, Dr. Steve.
Absolutely not.
Got laid. I got into it because I thought there would be groupies. I was sadly disabused.
Well, not playing that kind of music.
Yeah, you should play the Beatles, you idiot.
No, we were. The guitar player's dad was rich, and we played in their basement. And he offered us to bankroll us if we would just play the songs he told us to play.
Oh, okay.
And we told him to go fuck himself, and that was the turning point. Because if we had done that, we probably had some chance of at least playing a few gigs.
Yeah.
We played one high school gig, and they just basically, the kids in the high school just basically booed us off the stage.
Oh, wow. High school kids booing you off the stage.
Yeah, because they wanted to hear, stuff that people liked, not the stuff that we were playing.
Did you guys do any Tull?
No, we weren't. Later on, we did. Now, I will have to say that when we got into our farther into our college years, because I was 19 when we did that. And post-college, we actually got halfway decent, and then we turned into a jazz band. I could play
a jazz band? That's when the band just gives up. When you go jazz, it's like, you play what you want, I'm going to play what I want, we'll call it jazz.
Oh, my God.
What did you used to wear? Just regular clothes, or do you have gig clothes?
No.
He goes, oh, buddy. Oh, no.
No, I had this, it was a fleece-lined, like, goat leather jacket that I wore. And
what a waste of a goat.
some kind of paisley bell-bottoms or something.
Oh, God, I would love to see that.
A goat being worn by a donkey.
Oh, it was awful. And then that was the one song, they let me sing 2 songs. There was that one, and then Good Time Boogie by John Mayall.
Good Time Boogie.
And I didn't know the words, so I just made them up and just kind of went, it's really bad. I'll play that on my show. That'd be a tease for my show. But
oh, nice.
I think what's great about the Moon Age Daydream thing is the fake Cockney accent where I, say, put your spice close to mine, babe.
Can we hear a piece of the original by Bowie? You got that in the system?
Fucking douchey.
Yeah.
That really is. Wow.
I want to hear what the song's supposed to sound like.
Oh, no. The song itself is very good.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, is that it?
I'm a mama, papa coming for you. I'm the space invader.
Yeah, this is Bowie. That's good.
This is good.
That's a cool song.
I never heard this fucking song.
I have.
No, you haven't.
Now, Dr. Steve, why did you put the same name on your song that David Bowie put on this one?
Yeah, right, the effrontery.
Because your song was very different than that.
I didn't.
And
it was an homage.
Jared Davis from Kansas. This is the shortest and saddest behind the music ever. What is the band doing nowadays? Is there one guy trying to keep it going, keeping the dream alive?
Yeah.
Calls every once in a while and says, "Come on, man, we could still do this."
What do you want? Be a doctor for the rest of your life?
Is there one of the guys?
Well, there's the guitar, the rotten guitar player has actually turned into be a really great guitar player. He went to school and did a music major and actually learned how to play his instrument.
Oh, that's
good. And he
good.
still has a new band all the time. You can see him on Facebook under Syntax. Syntax, get it?
I get it. Syntax, but syntax.
But he's quite good. He's quite good.
Okay.
And we did get the band together probably 15 years ago when I did. It doesn't matter.
I was going to say a
forget
death
it.
concert for the people at the hospice.
You all got together and played?
Yes.
Look at him. Yes.
How
he's
was it?
ashamed.
Well, what we did was we played a bunch of songs that I wrote, and those were the guys that I knew that knew how to play, and so we played one gig in Greensboro for kind of an art crowd, and it actually was quite good.
It wasn't good. What?
It wasn't.
It wasn't. Yoko was better in front of the art crowd. What was the?
At that point, we were doing Captain Beefheart.
What's one of your songs that you wrote?
Obscure, weird band.
Yeah.
God, you're annoying me.
No,
What's the song you wrote?
Echo and the Bunny Men.
Sorry.
Sweetie, what's the song you wrote?
What's the song I wrote?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I wrote a rock opera called The Spirit Suite.
Wait, you laughed through it. The Spirit what?
The Spirit Suite.
The Spirit Suite.
And,
yeah.
And sweet, like,
No, S-U-I-T.
Right.
Do you remember some of the words?
Sure he does.
Yeah, sure.
All right, give us some.
On that visage of the sun, where the ancients are as one. I was a Yes fan.
But who are the ancients?
You're a Spinal Tap fan.
Old
That's
people?
very Spinal Tap.
It sounds like Spinal Tap.
Yeah, give us a little more. You can't just stop there.
And oh, how they dance, the little children of Stone Age.
The lonely file, unthinking worlds beyond the trial of sullen masks and moons, and asks, the thousands heraldry below, frozen cold beneath the snow of 100,000 stars.
Wow. I'd rather stand in front of Samuel L. Jackson as he tells his poem.
P-roll.
Horrible.
P-roll for Philly. Shitty band, shitty wine.
Yep, that's me.
Here's a poem for you. Roses are red, violets are blue. When I see you, I think boo.
Wow, he wrote a rock opera, though.
Oh, that's hilarious. The elders, what are they called? The ancients.
Yeah.
What are the ancients? What are they?
They're ancients.
They're old people.
Yes.
And they did the same shit we did. Who
Yeah.
gives a crap?
The elders.
Hey, give us a little more of that.
Very
Dr.
mysterious.
Steve. Yeah,
I think that was it.
yeah, you don't want
It's a short rock opera.
Yeah, that's very short.
Let me see. I'd have to start from the beginning.
Who was your influence for the rock opera? Was it the Who and Tommy? Or
People are calling it quadriplegic phenia.
Quadriplegic phenia.
Did Yes do a rock opera?
Well, no, but they did these sort of, Tales of Topographic Oceans was like this.
Can I hear a little of that?
Tales of
listen
Topographic.
to the beginning, and you'll hear me because it's
Oh, yeah, 'cause
dawn
you're-
of light lying.
Yeah, you're just like John
between the
Anderson.
silence of salt sources, fixed amid fusions of.
Oh,
Anyway,
I would hate to have your record collection.
You got that?
I loved that stuff back then. Now I just listen to System of a Down, so I'm all right. I kind of got
All right.
E-Rock, you got that?
System of a Down syndrome. Of course.
Does he say no because he wasn't listening? Because I saw him on his phone.
E to the
You
R.
guys have
Do you know
played
what
it.
we're looking for, E-Rock?
Tales of Topographic Ocean.
Yes.
I'm not seeing it in here.
Man.
He's probably spelling it T-A-I-L-S.
Of course he is.
It's not part of your system.
Dr. Steve.
Oh, here it is.
This was Dr. Steve's influence.
Great.
Yeah.
That's not it.
This
Not
isn't
it.
it?
Oh, no? It says First Movement Part 1.
Yeah, First Movement Part 1, no?
Maybe Yes did a...
No.
No.
Sounds like a deodorant commercial theme.
It might as well be.
Mando Birch.
How are you saying it's no?
I don't think that's it.
This is the intro.
All right, what?
This it?
Yeah. Tells topographic oceans.
What's that even mean?
Well, topographic is topography, and oceans are wet.
That's not it either. I don't know what that is.
All right.
Dr. Steve's saying this isn't it either.
Maybe you had the wrong song.
Yeah, I'm starting to think you have the wrong
It's either
song.
you or the whole internet.
Maybe you were thinking of Close to the Edge, huh?
I like Close to the Edge. That one I could handle.
Yeah, I like Close to the Edge.
I could handle that one. Yes
I
went
still
way
listen
too
to the live
fucking
version
deep
of it.
half the time.
Yeah.
Long distance runaround.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Yours is no disgrace.
Yeah.
They were a great band.
They really were.
Slow down, Lee Abrams.
Great instrumentals.
I have the live Yes album still in my rotation in my CDs. That's the only thing like that I still listen to.
What's your favorite Yes song?
Seepage of a wound.
Yeah, yours is no disgrace, definitely up there.
Yeah. Viscousy Fluid is a really good one off the second album.
Yes. Anything else about
wow.
Dr. Steve's band?
Yeah, I like Putrescent Festering.
This fucking song's all right, man.
That sounds like Carcass song.
Yeah. So fucking groovy. The album covers were great for Yes.
You weren't a Yes
Clean
fan
the
either,
weed
right?
on it. No, I was for a short
bit?
time back in the 70s, yeah. Yeah.
Anything worse than when a Yes album came out and you looked at the actual album and saw one fucking groove? You're like, get the fuck out of here. I paid for one song on this side of the album?
One song.
That I just dated us so bad right there.
Well, you know, you could be a kid and listen to that.
Still trying to make believe we're in our late 20s, early 30s.
Make believe, what?
Fragile. A terrific album by Yes.
Fragile.
I just
Yes.
like John Anderson.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right,
Good
Dr.
stuff.
Steve. Should we let him go?
Oh,
yeah,
please.
It's good of you to share that with us.
Steve, you doing a show Saturday?
No, it's Big Kev this weekend, and then we're on the 18th.
Do you guys have to
Okay.
switch back and forth or no?
Yeah, we're alternating with Big Kev.
Why?
Well, I could only get my guys together enough times to do 2 shows, maybe every 3 weeks. So we were doing 2 shows and then a rerun, 2 shows and a rerun. The reruns were just pissing people off. So
Okay.
this way there's no reruns.
But you're the type of guy, not to take away from the other guys, because I do listen to your show and I do enjoy the whole cast. But you got such a unique show. You and phone calls works.
Yeah, why don't you do it yourself?
Yeah.
When those guys can't get it together for you.
Oh my God! Cigars and Scotch is saying from crap bands to lap bands. Wow! All right, good one, my friend.
Good one, my friend.
Good one. All right, Dr.
Take
Steve.
care. Bye, Steve.
All right, boys. Thanks.
Thank you, Steve.
Go
There
kill
he
someone
goes.
today.
Oh no!
Yeah,
he
got
hurts
it.
people.
He's Angel of Death.
Yeah.
No,
He's the Angel of Death.
Yeah.
I wrote a song about it.
Sometimes I feel like Chief in Cuckoo's Nest. I say, I'm taking you with me. And then I throw a sink through the window after smothering Agnes.
Her crooked nose.
Yeah.
Just sitting there looking at him.
She was dripping Jell-O all over her hospital Johnny, so I put a pillow on her face to help her swallow. Then I threw a sink through the window.
Wow. That was something there.
Yeah.
I liked how his recitation of the some of those vocals from his rock opera. Mm-hmm. The rock opera.
Yeah, and
the ancients. Yes. The elders.
Where the ancients are.
Yeah.
What are the ancient?
The elders.
Why do ancients assume to have... How come no one says the ancients were really dumb fucks?
Yeah.
Sick of the ancients being seen as smart.
What a coincidence. It's ironic. Now he works with the ancients as they're dying.
What are some of the key words to that genre of music?
Shitty.
Well, the elders.
The elders, ancients.
Ancients, fucking can't think.
Castle. No.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Mystical.
Mystical, yes. Very
Mystical's
mystical.
a good one.
Druids.
Yeah, think Dio a little bit, because they went down that road.
Yeah, Dio was very much.
in the way you should.
The forest.
The forest is one of the key words for that shit.
The forest.
Elf clits.
Elf clits, very
shamans,
good.
or shamans, depending on fairies.
Yeah.
Fairies.
Unsheathed cocks.
Yes,
very
docking.
good. Docking is another one.
Wiccans.
Wiccans, very good.
Wiccans. I'm just reading off of the list here. People are very good. A seer.
A seer, very good.
Bayshore saying a seer.
Yes.
Ah, yes. Pagans.
Fuck.
Yes. Lords, wizards, and warlocks.
Nice.
Very good, Kevin from Connecticut.
What else?
That's good.
Yeah, you got to think more nature, too. The forest was a good one.
Cigars and Scotch is saying elf cum.
Elf
Is
cum.
that really in there?
Yes.
Elf cum.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, unicorns. Come on.
Unicorns.
Unicorns.
You need the
Very
unicorns.
good.
Yes. Hate unicorns.
You don't like the unicorns?
Fucking horses with a deformity.
That's what they are.
Big wings. Probably shitting all over the place through the clouds. Imagine you flying, a horse shits on your 767. Goes right through the fucking window and kills the pilot. Giant horse log. Thick, blocky horse shit on your wing.
Takes an engine out.
Yeah. That's what happened to Sully. It wasn't a goose. It was unicorn shit.
Big fucking road apple logs.
Road apple.
Spectro from Michigan. The Dawn of Time.
Yes, the
Misty
Dawn
Mountains
of Time.
is coming in from Chris in Virginia.
Yep.
Dawn of Time's a good one.
Yeah. The Ancient Mariner, yes.
In the beginning.
The
which is
Ancient Mariner.
The Ancient Mariner. Oh, the Ancient Mariner sails the seas of life.
Prophets and Hermits is coming in.
But I think we just need to go through the entire lyrics of every Iron Maiden song ever.
Yeah, Iron Maiden was
It's Iron
really good
Maiden.
for
Yeah,
doing
that's
that.
totally
Spinal
what it is.
Tap.
Oh,
it's
don't
Jethro
forget.
Tull.
Kevin from Connecticut really coming up with a lot.
Kevin
of
knows his music.
You
big
can't
time.
forget the ferryman.
The ferryman.
There's always the ferryman. It's terrible.
Dragons, of course. Tree
Dragons.
nymphs. Tree nymphs.
Yeah. A labyrinth.
The Overlord.
These are terrible.
Pegasus.
If you have one of these in your song, just shoot yourself. Pegasus.
Mystery Rings of Stones.
Yeah, the ancients.
Ruins.
Oof.
What river? It wasn't just a river. It was
The river Styx.
Well, I know River Styx, but there was other ways they described the river. Mystical river. Children laughing for the ages.
Children
Yes,
laughing.
the children.
Did we do?
Yeah, that's
did
a
we
good
do
one.
goblins?
For
Yeah,
the
well.
ages.
Sirens? Did we do that?
The void.
Sirens and catacombs.
Whoever said Ancient Mariner, they must have been looking at Iron Maiden stuff, right? Or is that just like a coincidence?
I don't know why. Is it Ancient Mariner?
Well,
That's
he's probably a
The
fan.
rime of the Ancient Mariners.
Yeah,
was
that's
made,
quick on Pops.
Yeah.
But they did it right.
Perfect.
At the bottom of the hidden lake.
The hidden lake.
Purgatory.
Yeah, purgatory.
We did ancient lure, right?
Yeah, that's about it. Excalibur. That's a good one. You gotta have Excalibur in there. Anything mythical, of course. Mythical.
That's the point we're making.
Yeah.
I was never a fan when
That's
that
good.
shit hit.
No,
the
it just
stinks.
it's shit you
on
can't
the river Styx.
sing along with. You
With the
can't
ferryman.
relate to it. It's just horrid.
And the mermaids.
Yes. The sirens.
What about the lake?
Singing you into the rocks?
How did they do the lake?
An abyss.
An abyss.
An abyss.
Yes. Sword in a stone.
Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner is really, like, it's got it all.
Yeah, it really does.
Can you read the lyrics
Here's
of
the
that?
rhyme of the Ancient Mariner.
Please read it.
See his eye
Jimmy's-
as he stops
Whoa!
one of three.
Yeah, hang on.
What?
Let's get some.
You're not a poet.
Yes,
Oh,
he
I was
is.
trying to be
Jimmy's
a
the
poet.
poet.
I don't know.
Jimmy
Jimmy,
reads
please,
poems.
then.
Let's get
How,
some
how
beats.
about we share it? I would allow Andrew to do the
All
first
right,
verse. I would be happy
Maybe
to
I'll
share
just
it
do
with
the
my
chorus
friend.
that never comes up.
No, I would rather share
Never
it
a
with my
chorus.
friend.
All right, sorry, Ant.
No. I'd actually rather have Jimmy do it. I was just reading it for my own
We'll share
curiosity.
it.
Cauldrons.
I will read the first verse. Hear the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. See his eye as he stops one of three mesmerizes. One of the wedding guests. Stay here and listen to the nightmares of the sea.
Ugh.
And the music plays on as the bride passes by, caught by a spell, and Mary tells his tale.
Driven south to the land of the snow and ice, to a place where nobody's been. Through the snow fog flies on the albatross, hailed in God's name, hoping good luck it brings.
And the ship sails on back to the north through the fog and ice, and the albatross follows on.
The mariner kills the bird of good omen. His shipmates cry against what he's done. But when the fog clears, they justify him and make themselves a part of the crime.
Sailing on and on, north across the sea. Sailing on and north till all's calm.
The albatross begins its vengeance. A terrible curse, a thirst has begun. His shipmates blame bad luck on the mariner. About his neck, the dead bird is hung.
and the shit curse goes on and on and on. It C, D, E, and F is something, and the thirst goes get on. Nobody has the water, and then for them and me.
Day after day, day after day, we stuck nor breath, nor motion, as idle as a painted ship upon a painted ocean. Water, water everywhere, and all the boards did shrink. Water, water everywhere, nor any drop to drink.
This song is the shit, though. This is a great tune.
When it's not spoken like us.
The albatross!
It's all in the presentation.
Yeah.
Of course.
Dr. Dio's voice was ridiculous.
No, this was Bruce Dickinson.
Bruce Dickinson. Sorry.
Bastard can belt out a tune.
Yes, he could.
But honestly, it might as well be Dio. I mean, listen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn. I know. Iron Maiden Thursday, man.
Yeah, we're going to play it out, but it's like a 14-minute song, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Wait, 14 minutes.
14 minutes of this.
We can't do that to the people today. All right, you can figure that out.
This is crazy shit.
We do have a big breaking story, too.
Well, we can break and take care of some reads.
Yes.
Oh, what? That's your breaking story?
Breaking
No.
story. Wind breaking.
No.
What's the breaking story?
I don't know it yet.
Something's breaking.
So, no. Someone has breaking news for the Opie and Anthony show.
Who does?
I don't know.
Oh, is this fake? To
No.
get people to stay tuned?
Someone on the phone has breaking news.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Has a massive breaking story announcement to make on our show next. Really? All right, we'll do that next.
You're listening to Opie and Anthony. Virus. Sirius XM.
We got Ian Halpern on the phone. I think today's the day he finally gives us a big, massive breaking story.
You think today's it?
I think so. Now that he's been doing our show for like 2 or 3 years, I think today's finally the day that he gives us something real. Right, Ian?
His Highness.
It's His Highness here.
Hello, His Highness.
Hello.
Tangung Hassan.
Ah, yes.
What?
Mecca lecca hi, mecca heiny ho.
Kung His San Yen Bien Shu Shan Tan.
Ah, Merzy Dotes and Dozy Dotes and Little Lamsy Divey.
Veseli Venochi.
Bafangul you.
Shamos Magbarek. Patik.
Happy Hanukkah.
Thank you very much.
Of
Thank
course,
you. And,
of course.
all the Jewish skanks out there that I banged over the years, a big happy Hanukkah to you too.
God,
and
that's
I
sweet.
gave
That's
one
sweet,
of my
Ian.
chicks a menorah right up the ass, and she loved every second of it.
That's pretty hard.
What an asshole.
Those things are wide.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm making the best movie ever in
What?
the history of Hollywood right now, and I was wishing you guys happy holidays in Mandarin and Cantonese. And this isn't my big scoop, but I got to get in a shameless plug here.
Sure.
And my new movie's called Small Town Chinese Pussy that's going to be coming out.
That is not.
Yes, it is.
That is not the name of the movie.
Small Town Chinese Pussy, starring His Highness. It's my latest His Highness film. And I've been traveling, man. I've been in Dali. Have you ever been to Gansu?
I've never been to Gansu. No.
Where is that?
It's surrounded by the barren deserts. It's an oasis town, beckons with sand dunes. It's just beautiful.
Is it like somewhere Indiana Jones would go?
I think it's a bit more primitive.
Oh, wow, really?
Can we Google image this place?
Primitive places.
Yeah, Gansu, Gansu.
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 This is where you were?
That was a villain from Star
How's
Trek.
the pussy in Gansu?
Well,
Sideways.
it's all in the movie, man. I mean, while you guys are slaving away behind the microphone, I'm eating Chinese food 24/7.
Wow. Is it good?
You know, it's
Can't
the best,
imagine.
man.
Have you gotten
Seriously,
diarrhea?
America is just one big fucking brothel right now. That's why I've been traveling in China.
Gansu looks like a shithole.
Oh, come on.
We're Google imaging it.
I think the ancients live there.
Right, the
elders and the ancients.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. It has, per capita in the world, the most amount of virgins. And that's why I went to Gansu.
What?
Because when I left the town...
Spock, explain.
The demographic has changed completely because it's all Chinese small-town pussy, man. I'm telling everyone listening to the show, there's nowhere better to go in the world than Gansu to get laid.
No, but you really got only one type of girl to choose from, and that would probably be Asian.
Yeah, well, have you ever popped the Chinese cherry, Anthony?
No, I cannot say I have ever been with an Asian girl.
So you're telling His Highness right now, don't give me a lesson on Chinese cherry.
Oh, I'm not,
Because
sir.
I've just done a movie about the Chinese
Sir,
cherry.
I never would try to say that because I am not experienced in the ways of the Chinese pussy.
Well, I think you got to open up and broaden your horizons, man, because all you've been doing is dating a bunch of American skanks who are just trying to embezzle you. You know, trying to. How many lawsuits have you got against you right now for sexual harassment?
Knockwood, none, my friend, none.
See, because you're
I'm
smart.
a gentleman, Your Highness. I am a gentleman.
You're a gentleman. And I love
treat
you, man.
girls lovelily.
I know the chicks, man, they line up and, you know, they bend over backwards for you.
Is that it?
But you got to broaden out, man. I told you. You got to go to China.
I like white girls of certain
man,
ages.
There's nothing like Chinese cherry.
No. No.
Is Norton there today?
I am, sir. How are you?
Norton. Hey, Norton.
Have you ever popped the Chinese cherry, Norton?
No, I've had very, very little sexual interaction with Asian girls. I prefer,
except for hand movement.
yeah, I mean, even that. I prefer
Yeah?
white girls. Yeah, I have not popped a cherry. I don't like virgins at all. I don't like the dumb look on their face, the surprise. I don't like that. I don't like wiping blood on my dick on the fucking sheets, having to explain what just happened and what pills I'll now have to take so sores don't appear. I don't like any of it. Give me a dirtbag. Give me a white dirtbag.
The spiny pinnacles of Chinese cherry, man.
Yeah,
There's nothing like it.
I'm glad you. I'm glad you like it.
You know, I pulled back up to the airport. I kid you not, in the movie in a wheelchair, man.
Why you had fucked yourself into a wheelchair?
I fucked the whole town.
Well, you're fucking the whole audience.
I had all these Chinese men after me because it's a big sin in Gansu.
Oh, they like you too?
Cherry before you before you bullshit at the altar. And
Oh, see? So they don't like that you were going around fucking
they're
there.
trying to ban the movie.
And we've been Google imaging for the last 5 minutes. It's a shithole. We haven't found one good picture, Ian.
You haven't found a good picture, dude.
All right, a pagoda. I see a pagoda.
How about do a Ginsu woman
Ginsu.
Google image?
It's Gansu.
Let's see what the women look like.
Don't take my word for it. Has any of your listeners ever been to Gansu? Let's get somebody on the line.
The hell? Looks
I don't think anyone's ever been to Gansu.
Per capita, the most amount of virgins in the world per capita.
No one knows where Gansu is, never mind been there.
Right.
Well, you're going to watch the movie.
They're all covered with SARS masks. Every picture we have, the women and men, everybody is walking around with SARS masks on.
They can't suck your cock if they got that mask on there, Ian.
Oh, and then there's old Mama San. That looks like the one that was with the one-legged hopping kid from Platoon. I bet she does. She runs the whole show.
Google Earth Manzuli. M-A-N-Z.
Did you fuck up for Manny and Sal?
Here's the massive breaking news, by the way. We're
Now,
talking
this
about
is the massive breaking
Gansu.
news. I have two big news clips for you today.
Did you tell everyone else before us like you usually do?
Well, one of them's already been broken, and I fucked up on this one because I emailed Travis and he said maybe I should come on yesterday, and I missed the boat again because this one just broke a few minutes ago, and I was just in transit yesterday. But so one of them's out the window. The Stern story, I would have broke it yesterday that he re-signed with your station for 5 years.
I like the I would have broken a story.
I got a witness here. Travis knows that
But Ian, we all knew yesterday.
Nobody knew yesterday.
There was a buzz around this whole place yesterday that it went down.
I knew first. See?
How would you know first?
Listen, I've been on Howard's show many times, and I have good sources there, and I just have been following this story from the get-go.
There's a story that's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to be pretty big, and I know it now, but I'm not going to say it until tomorrow. By the way, I'm just letting you know.
I hear you, man, but you've never been to Gansu.
No, I have not.
And I'm willing to pay your ticket to Gansu.
I want to go to Gansu.
A one-way ticket.
So what's the big
White
news?
girls.
What's the big
And
news?
you got to hitchhike back. From
Light.
Gansu.
Yeah,
All
what's
right,
the big scoop?
Oprah Winfrey.
Okay, what's the scoop?
She isn't a lesbian, right?
No. The Barbara Walters. Have you been following this Barbara Walters?
Yes, we have.
Yeah,
we already
have
played the
it.
audio.
We played some audio. Why? What's up? What's up?
What's up?
And let me ask you a question before I break this. Do you think Oprah's gay?
I always did think she was gay, and then listening to her explanation yesterday, I believed her because she sounded to me like somebody who really wasn't gay, but it wouldn't surprise me if she was.
So you're not answering the question.
I'm being honest. I'm telling you, I really don't know.
Jimmy thinks she's not after hearing the audio she did with Barbara Walters.
I believed her explanation. I mean, to be very honest, I believed her that she wasn't, but it wouldn't surprise me if I was wrong.
So you're still swooning over those tears and that whole heart-to-heart caboodle with...
Well, she said that her little friend there, what's her name?
Gail King.
Gail is like a mother to her. She's been like a mother, a sister, a friend, just everything to her.
Yeah, and, this is a woman, Oprah Winfrey. Do you think she's ever gone down on Gail?
I don't know.
Do I think?
I would never jerk off to it.
Give me a hunch. Seriously.
I think during their
they're
formidable.
I think during their long time that they've spent together, there was probably an evening where they were alone, maybe a little wine or something, and things happened. But that's just my personal opinion based on my knowledge of girls and what happens when they are alone drinking wine. And have known each other a while, and there's not a dick to be found.
Right.
They usually wind up, scissoring or something, which
Finger
is
popping
ridiculous.
each other.
Well, you're getting warm. You're getting warm now.
I am.
What about Opie?
So getting hard.
Opie, what's your gut on this one, Oprah?
My gut is there's two things going on. I think she's either a lesbo or she doesn't like, or she's one of those I don't like either.
Like asexual?
Yeah.
Like Fezzy?
Yeah, like a Fezzy type.
Does Oprah look like she's good in the sack?
No.
Holy shit. No.
Yeah.
You better, after all this build-up, she better be a Martian.
She's never spewed sexuality in all those years.
Right.
Not a one time.
You're hearing it here first.
So here it comes.
And this is straight from a good buddy who's an ABC producer of mine.
Ian Halpern.
Those tears are fake.
Ah.
And she faked the funk with those tears on Barbara. It was all premeditated. There were glycerin drops that she was carrying and rubbed in her eyes. And I'm sure Norton would know this. I mean, you know, in films, how do you think they make, you know, people cry so easly?
Play this call for them.
Have this on a loop. Well, you think of something sad. Everyone knows that.
Yes.
And then the tears come easy.
No, she took the chemical approach.
Okay.
Really?
And I'm going on record for that.
But
right
wouldn't
now.
Barbara Walters know that trick at this point?
But, you know, Barbara Walters, first of all, she's practically senile at this point, and she doesn't care. As long as she gets the guests, she lets them do whatever the F they want to do. And Oprah Winfrey, she's giving an hour to. She doesn't, you know, she wanted to make this more drama, the better. She's just after ratings still, and bottom line again is, I'm telling you right now, she took the chemical approach.
So you're saying that she took some kind of chemicals, put it in her eyes to make her eyes sting, burn, and made tears come out of them.
Yes.
So
you know, there's two ways to do this with the chemical approach. You could rub a menthol stick under your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Some cut onions. That's the old way.
Yeah.
But these glycerin drops were seen on the set, and that's how she did.
I hear they also on movie sets use like small fans, and then they drop like some menthol in that, and then the wind blows into your eyes with this menthol-y thing and just makes you start crying.
I just do what Caligula did. I have Drusilla hold an onion, and I put my face into it, and then I continue to speak.
Oh, I thought you got lard in a fist up your ass.
No, he was the giver of that to Proculus.
That's when Jimmy has to laugh. They do that.
Because he wanted to... Because he wanted to fuck Livia.
Ah.
And he was also jealous that Proculus had a full head of hair.
Oh, really?
Yes. Open your eyes, Proculus.
Proculus? Oh.
And later he had Proculus tortured, and he had his cock cut off and thrown to dogs.
Oh, you're not getting that back.
Oh, boy. You don't want to be on his shit list.
No.
Calig's in the house.
Hello. Ian.
Cut off your dick.
I got more.
All right, he's got more. This Ian Halper we got to take very seriously
all right.
today. Big
More.
allegations. Oprah Winfrey cried on on Barbara Walters, but it was fake.
And it was fake.
She took the chemical approach. She wanted to be very dramatic to make it look like she definitely isn't a lesbo. What else you got on this, Ian Halper?
Yeah, first off, Anthony, I want you to come to Gansu with me.
Enough about Gansu.
Gansu.
Oh, Gansu.
You're never going to go white again, dude.
Well, I doubt it. I like white.
No, you're never going white again, man.
I love white.
All right, what else you got on the Oprah Winfrey? You think she's a lesbo?
I got three for you, three big scoops. Elizabeth Edwards.
Hey, what about...
oh, no, don't tell me she's not doing well.
Hold on, Ian. So do you think Oprah Winfrey is a lesbian?
Yes. She's definitely had dalliances with women, and I know that for a fact.
So why don't you be the guy that gets it out there?
Because Kitty Kelly did a good job. I respect Kitty Kelly, and you know. But I did do. If you go to my blog and Google Oprah Winfrey, read my post right now. IanUndercover.com, and in the search bar type in Oprah, and you'll see a whole post I did about her being gay.
Oh, okay.
All right, good plug for your website. So that info was already up there.
There you go.
All right, what else you got there, sir?
Elizabeth Edwards.
Yeah.
Toy boy. And that's going to emerge in the tabloids in the next couple of weeks. She had a toy boy the last few months of her life.
Or a boy toy.
What, a boy toy? A guy that wanted to have sex with a cancer victim?
Yeah, it was a hospice nurse.
Yeah. She was still horny until the day she died, and that's why I respect her. You know, you got to go out in style, and she definitely did.
Wouldn't that be John Edwards' camp? Because Edwards looks like the biggest piece of shit in the world right now.
He is.
So wouldn't they float that story like, look, she wasn't innocent?
I still say Barry Obama has let down this country. I think we do better with Osama than Obama at this point. But, you know, putting a guy named Hussein in there makes no sense. But I put Barry Obama number one, John Edwards number two.
It worked out very well. Her boy toy was Captain Hook.
Well, here's the demographic
I like
of the boy toy.
I like that.
There was some guy named Grim R. Gary Reaper. Why did I say that?
And here's your hook. Here's your captain.
Oh,
hook
yes,
on this boy
yes, sir,
toy.
yes, sir.
Because I've done some research on him.
Yes, sir.
23 years old, jobless, and gay. And just extorting the shit out of her. Fucking her for cash. The last few months of her life.
Wow. What's his name? Sirius?
May she rest in peace.
Shit. So now, who is it?
It's a kid, small town kid, Louisiana. He's going to murder. As I said, in the next couple of weeks, you'll be reading all about this. But a boy toy.
Well, who is he? So we can have him now, and we can have it up front.
I can't give you the name because I'm going to break this story, and pay my Gansu pussy because I owe some money in China. That's why I'm back now for a bit.
We all do.
I'm busking on your show today.
Political joke.
Have you ever?
Anything else that is a big, huge story, Ian?
Yes. On the Opie meter, what am I batting today so far?
On the Opie meter.
What?
That's the most critical meter.
Is it?
As far as Ian goes, yeah. So, I don't mind if Ian rambles about Gansu or anything.
Well, what did he say?
Oh, so far he said that Oprah rubbed some kind of chemical in her eye to make herself cry so she could really dispel this lesbian thing.
Well,
then she said, then he said that Edwards had a little boy toy right up until she died, which was.
I'm mad at the Oprah thing because he already wrote the blog before he called us.
Well, no one reads his blog.
We want exclusives.
It's pretty much a breaking story right there.
We're all about the exclusive.
All right, J-Lo.
Oh, here's the exclusive.
J-Lo. Okay,
Dude, I heard she's talking about a TV deal or something.
Now, J-Lo, first of all, we know she inked this L'Oreal deal, the new face. Look, bottom line, her and Anthony, it's just a relationship of convenience now, and they will announce their split shortly.
Shortly being longer than 6 months or shorter than 6 months?
I'd say within 6 months.
Within 6 months.
Yes.
Okay, so we are looking for a J-Lo divorce or split, at least, separation.
And you're going to see some sex tapes emerge of J-Lo now from her ex.
Oh, from what ex? From
one of the ex-husbands.
Oh, one of the exes?
Yeah, the first husband.
Oh, well, that's juicy.
Like her ass.
Like her ass, right.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, Ian. Well, we're going to keep our eyes and ears.
After P. Diddy was in there?
Ugh.
J-Lo's ass was always way too big.
That's a little
for
destroyed
me,
now.
Even a younger J-Lo, that ass was kind of threat. It was scary. It was intimidating, I should say.
Danny likes the asses.
Ojani Noah.
Huh?
I like it.
Ojani Noah.
Yeah.
He's going to release some sex tapes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
How do you know that?
I know it for a fact.
For a fact.
Are we hearing this first, or is this already out there?
The Ojani's bit. Well, you're hearing the split first.
Yeah.
All right, the split.
There's been rumblings about Ojani's videos the last few weeks here and there, but you're hearing the split first. It's totally relationship convenience. And I'll tell you one thing, J-Lo, she can't get enough cock, man.
Really?
She ain't getting it.
Where is she looking that she can't get enough?
She likes it hard, man. She likes, she likes something.
Wow, it's like sold out.
Yeah, she likes the sausage to be primo, and this guy's got a small dick, Mark Anthony.
Yeah?
She likes the Congo style.
Oh, she likes the big, thick rod.
Yes. She likes, the Chili Davis style.
Ah, big. Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting. If that does happen now in the next 6 months or so, you definitely have some crowing to do.
Hold on. With that, we go to Joe in Buffalo. Joe.
Yo, hey.
Yeah, Joe, how you doing?
Shut up.
Joe, have you ever been to Gansu?
That was already out that J-Lo had sex tapes from her first husband. It was on.
It's not out that listen, Joe. Take a breather here. Have you ever been to Gansu?
Have I? No.
Everyone.
No. I want to auction off a free trip to Gansu.
Never good with the callers and Ian.
That's why I love
I know.
Go to Gansu today.
Just
I'm going
annoys
to pay for
everybody.
someone's trip to Gansu with His Highness.
All right, thank you.
And we're going to fuck as many.
All right, hey, let's go to Chad in California. Everyone has questions for you. Chad.
Hey,
Chad.
Hey, ask them when the big epidemic in California, Southern California, the disease-stricken people or some bullshit like that.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't there supposed
What
to
happened
be?
with the epidemic in California there, Ian?
It became a worldwide epidemic. If you've been following the fucking news, we're all about to die.
Shush. Whatever.
I spoke 2 weeks ago in front of the California Chamber of Commerce. The senator was in the front row. They fucking flew me first class there to give a speech. It was Schwarzenegger's former advisor, chief of staff, flew me out. And I'm like, it was their annual retreat. I didn't fucking put one note together. I didn't even do any research. I got hammered on the plane. I wanted to bang the stewardess in first class, and she told me to calm down before she calls the cops. But anyhow, I got up there. The stiff before me from the L.A. Times, he had them yawning, and His Highness doesn't prepare one fucking note. I went for 90 minutes, got a standing ovation, and got laid right after the show.
That's beautiful.
That's an accomplishment.
Let's go to Detroit. Todd in Detroit. You're on with Ian Halpern, breaking all sorts of stuff today for us.
You better make it good, Todd. Otherwise, I want a machine gun on the air, and you better start dancing, because you're going to be gone. Make it good, bro.
Why are you reading us the AOL News?
Oh, come on.
Dude, can't you do better than that? Your jokes are so fucking old.
Okay.
While you're sitting at home,
let's talk about your gay getaway that you keep talking about. Young Asian boys.
Listening to my voice.
Young Asian boys.
Yeah.
What's the matter, Ian? You're afraid to lose a fist fight with a white guy?
Hold on. Let me talk here. My demographic is plain and simple. Chinese cherry popping or women 98 and over with minimum 50 million in the bank. That's my demographic for chicks I date.
Okay, well, my definition is sex crime.
All right, let me go to Adam in Delaware. Everyone wants in. Adam.
Yo, buddy, what's up? Ian, shut the fuck up. Seriously, you're a fucking idiot and you're full of shit. You're just here for fucking fun. We're here to laugh at you, you douchebag.
Yeah, that's why you're fucking on my picture in front of your computer right now.
No, I picture your mom's box in front of my computer to remind me why I don't want to fuck it.
You are fantasizing, you homo, about licking my crack, but only Chinese chicks get into His Highness's crack this day. Have you ever fucked a woman over 98 with 50 million in the bank?
And I'm okay with that. Anthony, tell this guy all about it. Obviously, he doesn't know.
Well, don't get me involved in this. I like Ian.
Hey, trip to Gansu.
Hey, Adam.
His Highness is amazing.
Hey, Adam, I gotta be honest. Ian asked you a question. Now, have you fucked a woman over the age of 98 with 50 million in the bank?
And I have. That's why these guys are slaving away behind the microphone today, and I'm in Gansu, fucking half the city.
Wow. Come on. All right, one more. Bob in Georgia.
Two more.
Hey, Ian, congratulations, Gansu. The last on the fucking planet. You finally give everyone your bullshit. You are a fucking turd. Oh, fuck.
Are you gonna watch, sweetie? Are you gonna watch my movie?
Oh, he hung up.
Yeah, give me one more. Give me one. Everyone's
yeah.
You know,
Everyone's a
testosterone in this room.
They're all haters, Ian. They're all haters.
I got one for you. JoJo in Philadelphia. JoJo.
Did you see WikiLeaks just released Ian Halpert's sources? It's fucking Entertainment Weekly and TMZ. How we all get our news. Fucking pricks.
Yeah, I love you too, brother.
I don't have to go to fucking...
Go make your $9 an hour while I'm getting my crack looking Gansu.
Yeah, but the difference is I'm good looking enough to get laid in the United States. I don't have to go to some fucking third world country.
Haven't you realized every fucking chick in the States who dates you, they're fucking prostitutes, man. Everybody and their uncle's been in them before you. You've never popped a cherry in your life. I guarantee you that. If you watch my new movie, I'm popping cherry.
Once again, your sources are wrong.
When was the last time you popped a cherry, sweetie pie?
Sweetie pie? I'm not into your type there, fella.
Yeah, when was the last... Whose cherry did you pop last?
A few in high school.
Besides your daughters. You fucking scumbag.
All right, we're going to move on to Sean in Georgia. Sean.
Hey, Ian, how are you getting laid so much in China with the lack of fat chicks there?
Hey, I'll tell you, man, fat chicks are good. Have you ever... And one of the chicks in my movie, she's about 200 pounds, and there's nothing like banging a fat Chinese chick. You know, I told her, listen, has there ever been a Chinese heavyweight champion?
No.
How do you know that?
What, Yokozuna?
We know that. There's no way to answer that. We just know.
Ian, also, if American chicks are so easy, how come you can only get that one chick to show up to your bed in?
No, I'll tell you, that was only one on air, but there were many more there. And I'll tell you, there's nothing like, seriously, brother, there's nothing like banging a 200-pound chick.
Nothing?
I'll tell you that right now.
Nothing like it.
Especially if you're popping the cherry.
All right.
Anthony, when was the last time you popped the cherry?
It's probably been many years ago, but it used to be my forte back in high school.
I believe you.
I don't think I don't think I had anything but virgins until I was in my 20s.
Wow, look at you.
Yes.
Nice.
If there's one person in the history of womankind, and you could take them back and put them in their virgin status, who would you pop? One chick.
Dakota Fanning.
And Norton?
Norton?
I don't know. He just takes that answer.
Norton doesn't feel like playing today.
Yeah, no. Are you mad at me, Norton, today?
No, not at all.
All right, because look, man, I'm your biggest fan.
You know what?
Not at all.
I'm gonna give you one that agrees with you there, Ian. John in Georgia. John.
Hey,
what's
up, guys? Jimmy, you'd love China, man. For about 1,000 RMB, they come to your hotel room, and they're there as long as you want, and they're the prettiest, cutest, youngest.
I don't care. I'm not into Chinese chicks. That's like saying, hey, for a nickel, you can get a vat of leek soup.
I wasn't either till I went to China.
Let me ask you a question, Cole.
Hey, how much for $40 worth of bouillabaisse? Who fucking wants that shit?
No, but there's, Google this one. There's no sweeter pussy than the chicks of China.
What comes up when you Google there's no sweeter pussy
Can you Google
than
Chinese
the chicks
pussy?
of China? I don't know.
Has anyone else fucked a Chinese chick out there?
Out there, I'm sure, a lot of Chinese guys.
You've never done one, Anthony? Seriously?
Never. I don't have the urge, or I just don't. I'm not attracted. I am very attracted to white girls.
Do me a favor. If I get you a Chinese chick, okay, and cherry popping and all, will you just at least try it and then let me know if you're going to go back to the Caucasians?
This isn't a fucking taste test. I'm not.
It is a taste test.
I don't want to.
It is a taste test.
I know I'm not going to like it.
All right. We'll say it's all a taste
I don't.
test.
I really. I find white girls attractive.
All right, let me go to Mike in Iowa. One more that wants to agree with you, and then we got to move on, Ian.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, who's this fucktard kidding? He's not fucking anybody. He's a Canadian Jewish guy with a small dick. We're not fooled. No one's fucking you.
You want me to post a photo of my dick right now on my blog?
You're one of those type of guys that when a woman wants a fucking picture of you...
Is that all you want is info about the physicality of His Highness?
No
You
one's
want all the
fucking
dick
you
info
that's
on me,
straight.
right?
Nobody is fucking you.
Have you
that's
ever
straight,
worn
okay?
a condom, a Chinese condom?
I don't wear a condom. I follow Jimmy's rule.
You don't wear a
bareback.
condom, dude, because you don't get it, man. Have you ever banged a Chinese chick?
Because I'm a real man, like Jimmy Norton.
Yeah, when was the last time you got laid?
2 days ago,
2 days ago, and who was it?
it was my girlfriend.
All right, how long have you been with her?
Long enough.
What's long enough?
Maybe...
See, you know what I'm getting at here.
No.
You are living vicariously, dude, through His Highness. Just admit it. Are you?
Oh, okay. I thought he was going there.
Sex. I don't like gay sex. I'm not living through you.
Oh.
Do you ever fantasize about me?
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. That's why you're calling in. Right or wrong? Now, listen. Go to the Gansu, and then let's have this conversation.
Okay, he's gone too. Ian, I give you 2 huge thumbs up today.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
No problem.
2 huge thumbs up.
His Highness.
Watch the movie?
I don't even know what the movie's about. I know it's about Gansu, I guess.
It's about popping Chinese cherry.
Well, I'm going to look for that.
Small town Chinese pussy.
Can we Netflix that?
I don't think they got
I've
it.
never had more fun in my life making a movie.
Small town Chinese pussy.
Thanks
You
for
really went
inviting
literal
us.
with the title.
hey, we got to be right to the point today.
Certainly
we got to brand it properly. And
all right,
Oprah, those are fake tears. Everyone watching the show, if anyone watches TV anymore, it's all an act.
I think the interview's tonight, so we'll look for the fake tears.
Yeah,
please do.
And also, J-Lo's going to separate from her husband in the very near future, 6 months, I guess.
Yes.
And all the other stuff has been all over the place for weeks. So.
Hey, Buttman's here.
Oh, Buttman's here. We got to go, Ian. We got Buttman here. All right.
Peace out, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Halpern.
Quick break and then Buttman.
And now, this is the Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus, Sirius XM.
All right, moving right along. What do we got next? We got Buttman. Where is he?
John, I told Roland to bring him down.
Buttman.
John Stagliano.
So bring him down when we come back from break.
What's the story of Buttman, Jimmy?
Yeah, give us a little background.
Please.
He's a legendary guy in porn. He started the gonzo genre. And what
is the gonzo genre?
I'm sure he'll be able to explain it better than I can.
I remember Spaz liked the gonzo style.
The gonzo style. They get a little out of control, right?
But he was facing a lot of time in jail recently over charges of obscenity. And it's like, you think that went away in this country.
I know.
And it's fucking... There's one guy who's in jail now. He got 4 years, and he was facing a lot more time than that.
For what?
It's mind-boggling.
There shouldn't be anything that can't be delivered to adults that isn't illegal. I mean, it's not illegal, is it?
No.
It's crazy.
It's community standard shit. It's the same shit they get us with.
Sure. Come on in. Come on in.
Hey, John. How are you, buddy? Welcome to the show.
Sir? How are you?
What's going on?
Take a seat. We've just been discussing quickly some of the problems with legalities of adult films and how some people are actually going to jail, and that's not a good thing. We don't like that.
Yeah, Max Hardcore's in jail right now.
Yeah.
It's a really...
Now, what is the actual charge that he's in jail for?
He's in charge for obscenity. That's
I didn't think that was illegal as long as it was being distributed to adults and
from what I understand, as far as what you guys are concerned, certainly you wouldn't think it was illegal.
Yeah.
From what I've heard about what happens on the show, but
that's true. Yeah. We don't think a lot of things are illegal. No.
It's a very strange law that you don't know you're breaking it when you break it, which makes it a really bad law.
Mm-hmm.
Because a good law would say, okay, this is the law. I'm not gonna. I'm going to choose to break it, or I'm not going to choose to break it. Just in the process of making a movie with hardcore sex in it. That's been interpreted as being prosecutable anywhere. So I guess the theory is you're supposed to know that if you're making hardcore porn, they can come and get you anytime they want.
But isn't it like, this is what bothers me. It's like, how did they actually get Max, and what did they charge you with? It wasn't like there was no underage girls used. That's the thing. That's the shit that should be illegal, but there was nobody under the age of 18 used. Nobody was forced.
Yeah, well, the principle is not somebody being forced or... any First Amendment free speech thing at all. The principle is my lawyer likes to say that there's a history of the blasphemy laws. Like if you say something bad about the king or something, there's the principle that the government can control your speech if you say something that offends people. And in this case, it's really the disgust emotion, I think, that is aroused by certain images that people aren't used to seeing.
But the truth of the matter is the First Amendment does not protect people against being offended. I mean, you can offend people with what you're doing, your art. It's not your right. You don't have a right in this country to not be offended.
That's true. You don't have a right to. You would think that people would logically extend that, but it's really a political thing. The reason why I was prosecuted was because George Bush appointed a task force, an anti-obscenity task force, and they had and the job was to stop the proliferation of pornography. And that's what they were trying to do with me, and that's what they succeeded to do with Max.
Where would now? It's always been a gray area, and of course there was that famous quote. I know it when I see it. Where is the line? Where is the line between acceptable adult entertainment that is sold and no charges come around, and adult entertainment that people would deem obscene?
Well, the fact that anybody even asks the question that there's a line.
Right.
Because there really shouldn't be a line.
No.
Because people think differently than individuals think differently across a broad spectrum. Some people are very acceptable with gay marriage, and some people are not do not accept that at all. And
me and Jimmy are married. So
exactly. In Massachusetts, we're very popular.
So, and the thing is, nobody wants to think about what you two guys do in the privacy of your own home.
They have no choice. We tell them on the air.
Okay. So I think you guys are killing. The thing is, some people want to be. Oh God, you guys are fucking me up. Anyway, some people just are able to go through the world and not. And accept other people's different lifestyles.
Yeah, sure.
And that's just their personality. And other people are brought up in a more rigid environment, and they're taught, I think, by their parents, and and I think this is a natural tendency to some extent, is that you judge people all the time. You judge what other people do because, is this good for me? Is this bad for me? And then if you're taught that if something is bad, then it's okay to force somebody else to not be bad. That's a principle. That your parents say that you can't do this bad thing, so you tell your brother you can't do that bad thing, and then you tell your neighbor you can't do that bad thing. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of acceptance. And,
you were facing what scene was it that they used to try to get you?
Well, the worst was these girls squirting milk out of their butts into the faces and mouths of these other girls. It was,
that's just silly.
That really is just silly.
Just silly.
I personally was very aroused by it. So that's the problem with
milk out of the ass. Was that a Joey scene?
These girls, this was a beautiful ass.
I just never like anything coming out of an ass. Shit I can accept, but no milk. It just looks foreign.
That's terrible.
Shit I can't accept.
It's like watching an alien chew bubblegum.
Everything is like, Jason shot this movie, and it's really beautifully lit, and the girls are dressed very nice, and it's just it's very clean and pristine. Milk is splashing all over the place. It just
sounds fabulous.
There's something, it cues things in your brain in deep-seated, like, weird things, and people get off on that. And
sounds like it's like looking at a Kubrick scene. Just nice and pristine.
That cues things in certain other people's brains,
Sure.
They want to see that kind of violence or whatever, and somehow they get off on it. It's cathartic for them, and maybe they're less likely to commit violence after that, because that's really what happens, is that when you repress people's real feelings and what they want to look at, then that becomes something that festers inside of you, and it could be expressed in an antisocial way.
The only arrestable scene I remember seeing is Jim Norton in Furry Vengeance.
That should have been prosecutable for impersonating an actor. And I really did technically steal their money when I accepted payment for that horse shit. It was kind of like shooting milk out of an ass, except it was my dialogue out of thin lips. What's up?
Shooting the script out of an ass.
So they see this scene, and what do they do? They say it's obscene by community standards, and what do they do? How do you find out you're in legal trouble?
Well, the Justice Department decides to prosecute you. And
did you get a call from a lawyer, or did they contact you? Or
they released a press release actually the day before that they were going to file the charges. And then they filed the charges in federal court.
That's frightening. Wow.
I felt like immediately it's I called the lawyer, and the lawyers are like involved, and they're talking to the Justice Department. They're talking about trial dates and all sorts of stuff. And I feel like all of a sudden now I'm thrust into this legal system. I'm just minding my own business. I'm not hurting anybody. In fact, I'm doing the best I can to make sure that there's integrity at my company, and we do everything properly. And now these other people are stepping in, and they're going to put me in jail, and they're forcing me to go.
Based on their morality from all I can see, it's purely based on other people's idea of morality, and has nothing to really do with the legal system. I don't get that. I don't get where
that's
it goes
because
from.
You have a vision of the legal system as being this thing where you only are in trouble if you hurt somebody.
I'm so naive.
Somebody's rights. No, the federal government has a huge number of laws, and they have a huge number of federal prosecutors. And that's what they do all the time, is they make shit for the American people. It's a really horrible thing. There's all sorts of laws that that are passed all the time. That's what Congress does. They pass laws. It's really kind of
just there that we really don't know about until something happens to someone like you. And
regulations on business, crazy little things. You can't sell trans fats in New York or something like that. So somebody's like, one of these guys on the street, you're going to arrest them. It's insane.
How much time are you facing?
32 years maximum.
Holy
practically
mother of
8
God.
to 10 maybe. Who knows? If they had convicted me on everything, I might have gotten 10 years, something like that.
How many charges are there, though? It's like funny, but Lenny Bruce, this is what they went after Lenny Bruce for. It's the same thing. I mean, back then it was you couldn't say this, and now you can say what you want, but pornography is...
You think like, wow, we sure thought crazy back then. It's a good thing, we've progressed now to the point where we can figure out adults want to see certain things. They're consenting adults that are being paid to do something on film, and it's being kept out of the hands of children. It's being marketed and sold to adults. Where's the fucking crime? Where's the problem? Why can't we just be adults and mind our own business and watch things that we like and without the threat of being prosecuted? It's beyond me.
Well, in the national media, we talk about lifestyles and what's good and what's bad, and there's, Mr. Dr. Phil, whatever
Dr. Phil,
is on TV telling us you should behave this way or you shouldn't behave that way. And people take that as an extension, like, we should use the power of government, because the principle of the government controlling every part of our life has already been established, and it seems to be getting worse.
And people that want that in their lives are idiots. I think anybody that sits there and thinks, because they always present, also the government will always present a law as something that they're helping you with or protecting you from. They never present something as, we're going to take this away from you anymore. They realize that doesn't work.
Or we're imposing our morality. They'll never say that.
Yeah, it's like, this is the marriage protection law. It's not the homosexual fuck you, can't get married law. It's, we're protecting traditional marriage. And for this, it's like, look, we're protecting people from this horrible obscenity. And like, no, you're taking away a form of entertainment, and if you want to say art to an extent to certain people, it's what they're taking away, and the people that fall for that are just saps to me.
How much a year does porn make, would you say, as a whole? I don't know if you have an exact figure, but what's, I mean, you always hear it's by far the biggest seller in video. The business, what does it pull in a year?
Well, it's definitely gone down in the last, let's say, 3 years. DVD sales have gone down. There's all sorts of free stuff on the internet, which is really trashed my business. We sell about 25% of what we used to sell. We make more money on the internet now, but it's never hasn't come close to replacing what we've lost. But that amount, I don't know. It's in the billions. It's somebody told me once that porn, or I heard once in an outlet that porn generates more income than like the NFL or something like that, other forms of entertainment.
Are you worried about the internet? Because obviously AFCC is starting to look into it. As far as regulation goes. Now, they say right now it's just pretty much bandwidth regulations and companies and stuff, but once they get their mitts on something, I mean, you look at radio, they initially were just in radio to make sure they were on the right frequencies years ago. That's what the FCC was for. And then all of a sudden, they're regulating content. Are you concerned about that?
I am concerned about it, but I consider the internet to be a fabulous, incredible thing that's happened to
believe me,
to people, that we can spread information so easily and quickly, and knowledge, and the government has less of a chance to get away with shit, like this whole WikiLeaks thing that's going on. I think that this guy's a hero to put this stuff on the internet.
Did you see what they did? A lot of the supporters that are hackers.
Fuck yeah.
They're starting to hack into Visa, MasterCard's websites, denial of service viruses.
PayPal, because they all denied him.
Sure. It's something that you can't do something on the internet without consequences, regardless of who you are. Like, you can't just make a law and you'll get off scot-free and that law works, because you'll have these little underground people that will do denial of service attacks on a website as retribution going against somebody like WikiLeaks. So it is still kind of the Wild West, like we've always talked about.
This what disturbs me, too. It's like, first of all, how long did your process last, and how much did you spend in legal fees? I know you spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees.
Yeah, it was somewhere between $800,000 and $1 million. I haven't actually added it up. God. If you start from day one, it probably is about $1 million. Jesus.
And that's not, but there's no way to get that back.
Never. I can't. I mean, it's just, unless I could prove that they did something unethical. The prosecutors,
Right.
which we know 100% the prosecutor lied. I mean, there were lots of contradictory things that happened during the trial, and prosecutors just do that routinely. But we can't really prove that. We can't prove misconduct, so we can't get any money back.
What did they say you did wrong?
I sold a movie that is obscene. And obscenity is you can't
Well, you
sell
understand
something
it's a
that's
gray
obscene.
area, that obscene thing.
It's obscenity is.
What
to
in
be
your
the-
particular movie?
I sold,
found offensive.
I sold a movie called Milk Nymphos. That was the one where the girls
With
were
the
squirting milk out of their butts.
And that's all it was?
Yeah, that movie, I sold that DVD. Actually, I sold it to an FBI agent who ordered it, who actually ordered it into a post office in Washington, D.C. He picked it up there from there, and he took it to Virginia and watched it there, and never even watched it in D.C., and they prosecuted me in D.C. That's another thing.
Oh, wow.
But the other movie, two movies, the other movie was done by Joey Silvera. It's called Storm Squirters. Actually, this was Storm Squirters 2, and I think it was the subtitle that really got it, was Storm Squirters 2 Target Practice, which is, because these girls are like squirting when they come, and it's a little bit like pee. Maybe it is partly pee, I don't know, but, one girl was sitting on a chair like about 10 feet away from another girl, and she lines it up, and they only played two scenes. They only played one scene from each movie in the thing, and they definitely played the scene where the girl is sitting on a chair and she's like playing with herself, and then she sends this stream off about like 10 feet into this girl's face, and she's got her hands together like she's praying in church. I thought it was beautiful. Arousing in perverse and interesting ways, and sorry if I'm getting aroused by that, but that was
no problem with that. Whose business is it?
We did that bit on the radio.
Like if the
we did with Big A, remember?
Yeah, he got it right in the face.
That's right.
Right in the face.
Oh my God, it looked like this Bruder film.
Yeah,
it's great.
Except there were no brains to be splattered.
No, it just amazes me that he ordered it with the specific purpose to get a case against you.
Yes.
Now, if he hadn't ordered it, he wouldn't have seen it. See, this is my whole thing. Why don't we have the freedom as adults in this country to purchase something we want to purchase, watch it, enjoy it, and be left alone? If they're going out of their way to order something, they just didn't have to order it.
They didn't have to be offended. That's true.
Right.
And the only people forced to watch these movies,
the
only people forced to watch these movies were the jurors in Washington, D.C.
Right. Now,
nobody
they were
else has
forced
ever been
by the government.
Yes.
They were forced to be offended by these movies. They didn't ask to watch them. They were forced to watch them. Meanwhile, any other time people are ordering these, they're not ordering these thinking it's a Pixar movie. They know what they're getting.
It's
disgusting.
We all talk about free speech and being allowed to do what you want to do. But Max is in jail. And look, what Max does is tasteless to a lot of people, but it's not. It should not be
to the girls,
illegal.
I'm sure they're tasting something.
Yes, but they're not enjoying it. It is funny to watch a Max movie. It really is like a fun. It's like something you see on fucking like Ogrish.com.
Yes, it
He
really
shouldn't
is.
be in jail.
Did we actually explain what he did wrong that he's in jail for?
He did something that was decided to be obscene by the standards of
In
the
Tampa,
people in
right?
Tampa, Florida, and because Tampa, I guess, might have had the servers that had his websites on it, that wasn't clear, and they decided that, well, because the content somehow is here, even though people aren't looking at it here necessarily, or maybe some people are, I'm sure.
How many obscenity?
Wait, but what did he do?
Yeah, what exactly
What was
did
the
he?
scene they got him on?
do?
Like, what was the scene that they said that's the one?
Yeah, that's the one.
There were
where-
like 5 movies, and they did a little bit rougher sex. There was some peeing involved, and it's just, the interesting thing that
Max did
Max,
mouth urination too and stuff like that, right?
Yeah,
Like, he was pretty
he
dirty.
developed this. Can I just talk about anything?
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh yeah.
Well, he developed the skill of having a hard on and being able to pee at the same time. So
That's a talent.
I need to develop that.
yeah,
We all wish we could do that in the morning.
Max
Yeah,
is
well, when I was younger, maybe.
Max is. No one ever got more pleasure out of their dick than Max Hardcore. That guy's dick never went down in a scene.
Really?
He was the greatest. He'd have on little brown shoes, and he would just talk with a weird, like, Minnesota accent. Yeah.
There we go.
He's the greatest.
The one thing that I always remember is a girl told me, well, yeah, I work for Max Hardcore. How could he ever hurt me with a dick that size? He wasn't very big.
No, he might have
And
about 5, right?
And he was a little bit rough, but it was like, not a very dangerous thing.
There's a little pee in the.
Oh, yeah.
We got some Max Hardcore
Okay.
right now.
He's doing 4 years. But he kind of he invented kind of that whole face fuck brutal.
Yeah, really girl gagging.
That was
kind
very
of a
Max.
thing.
I have to say, he should get some credit for that.
I don't disagree.
I mean, it was being done by people on occasion in other places, but he was the one who brought that art form, so to speak.
The government's giving him credit for it.
And you know, we laugh about it, but people pushing themselves to their limits and enjoying themselves in really interesting and creative ways, that's valuable to the human race.
Mm-hmm.
What Max Hardcore did was valuable to the human race, and I enjoy it, and I enjoyed watching it. Now, I didn't enjoy the misogynistic stuff that he did and some of that things. I would fast forward through
Well, there's
that, but,
obviously a lot of
you know.
material that everybody would have a problem with in I think any adult movie. You're going to watch and go like, oh well, it's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of jizz.
Yeah, you know, I'm offended by children going to church. Actually, I know that sounds really bizarre, but kids being taught that faith is important, which means suspending your reason and your reasoned capacity. I think that's obscene. I think telling kids that there are some things in life that you just can't understand, that you have to just accept, that's evil. That's really bad.
And you have to now base your life on those kind of fantasy aspects of what's going to be afterwards. So now you're, in my opinion, wasting some of the things you can do or guilting yourself too much in some pleasurable things that life has to offer because of this fantasy that might await you at the end of the rainbow. It's
well, those virgins that those guys.
Well, yes. So I'm sure they're.
Well, because if you get
they're still looking for their dicks. Never mind using them.
If you get convicted for obscenity like Max did, it's like, what's to say that gay porn is an obscene? Because it is going to come around.
Mm-hmm.
And what's to say that, like, you know, what a comedian is saying is an obscene?
The whole line thing, yeah.
It really is fucking frightening. It's like, you never hear, when you hear slippery slope argument, it was like, where were all the free speech advocates at the ACLU and all of these fucking phony politicians that are complaining about TSA screenings?
Mm-hmm.
Where were all these people defending you publicly?
Yeah.
It is an invasion of privacy, too. It's an invasion of privacy. You're watching these movies, you're producing these movies, and you know who your audience is and your customer base. You're not forcing anyone to watch these.
Well, there was this thing that my lawyers kept saying, is don't say you made money on it. Don't say, it's really bad. If you say you made money on this stuff, it's like that's a big negative thing to say. It's like you guys are actually making money over being a little bit on the edge, right? I don't know how far on the edge. I've heard,
used to.
We're actually making a little, not making a lot of money being a little on the edge, making a little money being a lot on the edge.
But the fact that you're making money, that's the evil thing.
Yeah, that is evil.
Which making money simply means, for most of the economy, not unless you're ripping somebody off, but when you're not ripping somebody off, it just means you're giving people something that they choose to take instead of something else, which means you've created value in their lives. That's what making money is.
What's to stop them from coming after you again? Because that's what they do, is they target you and they just fuck you legally, and they know you have to pay for your lawyers. So, like, what's to stop them from coming after you again on another film?
Yeah, they outbid you.
Right now, except for the fact that they were embarrassed a little bit, I think that their case was not handled as well as maybe they'll do it the next time. They'll probably do it better if they come after me, and I have to worry about that.
And how long ago was this?
This was this summer in July.
It was this summer?
It was a fun time in Washington, D.C. with 103 degrees, I think it was one day. It was really interesting. Wow.
So now, what are you doing differently in your movies? Anything?
What am I doing
like
differently
people,
in my movies?
You guys, Evil Angel kind of, let me just tell you, is kind of like a company over other companies, a kind of...
I am a company that sells the movies of like 14 other directors, and I don't own their movies. I keep a percentage of the gross sales.
Okay.
But I help them package the movie, but the directors have to pay for that packaging and all that stuff, and then I sell that. It makes it so that if they do a really good movie, they keep all the profits and stuff. There's only one or two companies organized that way.
Yeah.
Well, I allow my directors a certain degree of freedom. However, we have certain standards. I don't like misogynistic movies. I don't like women-hating movies. There are some companies that they build on treating women badly, and that's an interesting fantasy. That the sexual dynamic, like what Max Hardcore does or whatever, works for some people to do that. And I'm not going to condemn them. I just personally would rather not sell that kind of movie.
And that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
whatever I personally don't want to.
You personally don't want it, so you don't do that. And if someone wants to watch it, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine too. I don't understand how they can call something even obscene. I don't know where that line is. How many obscenity charges are brought against anyone else? Are there any against comedians these days, or anything? Is it just adult?
Lenny was.
Yeah. But I mean, in this day and age, is it just adult films that are
that they
being
use
targeted?
the obscenity law?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Because,
yeah.
I mean...
there's a definition of the obscenity law.
There is.
Yeah, there's a three-prong thing where you have to show that it's totally... well, God, I can't even...
Is it devoid of any human value or devoid of any value to the community?
Actually,
That's a little
devoid of any
subjective.
value was actually eliminated from the law, and now they have to show that...
and Jimmy would be
appeals
obscene.
it appeals to a prurient interest, and then everybody has to run for a dictionary and trying to define
find out what prurient is.
And then it's defined in case law, whatever, an unhealthy interest in sex, which is why they picked those two movies.
Unhealthy. Again, very subjective. Based on whose findings of healthy sex, it doesn't seem like any of this. Like if it was any other trial for any other charge, murder, manslaughter, robbery, burglary, it would be thrown out just based on the vagueness of the law itself.
Exactly.
Yet they could hold you responsible for something that just really doesn't have a defined definition.
Well, they also, too, it's like... By charging you with obscenity, they couldn't charge a comedian these days with obscenity because people would come to your defense publicly. They would look like completely archaic assholes by doing that. They'd be humiliated. But nobody comes to the public defense. It's better when Democrats are in office for stuff like this, but even a Democrat liberal is not going to come to the defense publicly of pornography. They just won't. Who publicly defended you?
Well, the Reason Foundation, they're a libertarian.
Did they defend you?
Yeah, and other libertarian organizations, or the Libertarian Idea, and then other people in the press, and that were definitely thinking that this was a crazy prosecution, that this should not happen. A lot of the liberal press was defending me also.
Did you feel abandoned by anybody?
Did I feel abandoned by anybody?
My country?
My first girlfriend. I just can't get over that. She had an incredible ass. Just unbelievable. And she completely I was a wimp back then. I didn't know. I mean, I would have abandoned me too back then. It was...
But this time the libertarians actually came. I thought the libertarians left you hanging.
There were some organizations that were a bit more conservative that didn't say much. I think one of them said a little bit at the end. That's I'm not going to name names, but their base is more conservative, and I'm not conservative at all.
Now, when you get movies in from these directors that you're going to help distribute the movie, are you a little more gun shy now? Do you look and go like, I don't want to get in that jam up again?
Yeah, there's probably something like that in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
But we sell the same stuff that we've always been selling. It's not obscene. Exactly. I have to say that. My lawyers told me you have to say that.
It's not obscene.
Even though we can't tell what obscene is. I have to say it's not obscene because,
but it's not.
Because supposedly they could replay this radio thing. See, you said it was obscene.
Oh, God.
Oh, really? Okay,
yeah, it's crazy. Well, that's lawyers. Lawyers are always trying to protect you, like the worst case scenario. Say, don't do anything. We
hate lawyers here.
If I was still, this thing was going on for 2.5 years. They filed charges in April of 2008. I don't think the judge wanted to hear this. He knew this was a bad law, and the judge but he actually ruled against this in almost every turn that he could. He made it really, really hard for us. But in the end, he could see that I had really good professional lawyers who were just so much better than the prosecution team, and we had our shit together, so to speak.
And it must have taken him aback, too, that you walk in there and you're not a monster, you're a normal-looking guy. It's not like you came in with horns and you're just ripping women's tops off in the juror's box and shit. That had to have helped.
That's true. Well, I wish I could be like that sometimes.
Just go over and squeeze the juror's
in my fantasy. Is that what you think about? I don't know.
I think whenever you picture an obscenity trial, you would picture some guy sitting there slouched back in his chair, eyeing the judge and giving her the tongue and shit like that. But it really,
I think that probably would have carried some weight. At least with me, but I'm no judge.
The unfortunate,
I like the movies.
The fortunate thing is that I thought that I was shooting blanks, and I made my wife pregnant like 6 months before this. So she sat in the front row with, she's pregnant. And,
that had to happen.
And then the prosecution uses a picture. They couldn't identify my building because our name's not on the front of my building. So they had this LA Vice guy who goes by and took a picture of the building, and he took a picture of two things. He took a picture of my wife entering the building. And he said, well, that's Karen Staliano, right? My wife, who was sitting in the front row, 6 months pregnant. And the prosecutor says, can you identify her in the courtroom? He says, yeah, that's her sitting right there. So now the jury is seeing this 6 month pregnant, beautiful woman, my wife, sitting there, and they probably were a bit more sympathetic.
So that might have been a flub by the prosecution. It's like, ask him to put the glove on.
We certainly thought it was a flub by the prosecution, but I don't know what they were thinking.
And the spawn of Satan's in there.
Look at these monsters.
They couldn't prove because we don't have the name. In fact, the only way they proved that it was Evil Angel is we had a little picture of my wife's cat, Squeaky, and it said the sign, because Squeaky's going like this in the picture, and it said, beware of the evil pussy. And they said, evil. This must be Evil Angel.
That's the government's case.
This is police work for you,
And when you think of all the other things there are to do, and all the other things that the taxpayers' dollars can be spent on, this is a prime example of just a huge waste of resources.
Well, didn't Larry Flint go through all this too? It's like, didn't Larry get prosecuted for obscenity and fucking
times?
Didn't that set some kind of precedent where the judge should have just thrown it out immediately?
Did the Supreme Court favor Larry King?
It was too silly to be talking about the evil pussycat.
Yes, this is now. I deem this silly.
You would think. No, Larry was prosecuted at a different time when things were a bit more conservative.
Yeah.
It's wonderful how our society is advancing and more tolerant, I think, all the time. Look at you guys from the air, right?
For now.
Larry was convicted a couple times and it was overturned on appeal a couple of times, and I think he won an acquittal another time. He went through a lot. He was facing a lot more jail time. In fact, he spent a little bit of time in jail, although the inside story is I think he told his lawyer, don't bail me out right away.
Right, he wanted a little
press conference from jail.
Yeah.
Larry's a great guy.
And didn't he show up? This is the beauty of Larry. He would sit in court with a shirt, and it just had a giant black cock on it, and it said, I wish I was black. That was what fucking Larry Flint would wear to court. He was a belligerent motherfucker. I wish I was black.
Yeah, Larry had no fear.
No, he really didn't give a fuck.
No, it's fantastic, too.
And they don't show that in the movie. Like, they show, like, the I wish I was black, but I guess to show it on TV, they don't show the giant black cock. It was the greatest shirt ever.
That's fantastic.
So they're honoring you tonight. Or what's happening tonight? Because I'm actually going to a function that is John's.
It's a function honoring free speech or whatever, and I'm like, I don't know, some kind of guest of honor. I don't want to say that, but I'm going there, and
that's great,
it's being
man.
used to raise money for free speech and stuff like that.
It really is important. It's like we bitch about it on the thing, but when I heard that Max went to jail, and Yoshi actually told me that you had gotten charges for it's fucking enraging.
I honestly didn't know that there were still laws on the books that could put people in jail for obscenity. I thought that had been done away with. I really did.
Well, the great thing about our country and our society right now is that most people think the way you do, because people are tolerant and they think we live in a free country. And we don't, in fact, all the time. But the general sentiment is that way, and because of that, I think that I would have been acquitted. The judge threw he didn't throw it out, technically. He ruled for acquittal before we even put on our defense, because their case fell apart for various reasons, because my lawyers picked it apart and said, well, they didn't even prove that he shipped the movie. They did such a bad job.
So you guys didn't even have to do anything.
We didn't. Well, we did jury selection. I had to spend all the money, but the jury actually didn't vote on it because the judge said there's not enough evidence to convict on any of the charges because they did such a bad job in their case, and my lauyers were really good.
Well, shouldn't that have happened when they first presented it and save you a little bit of fucking money?
No, because they didn't know that. I was also being prosecuted on another law that was designed to prosecute phone sex and stuff, where it said that it was too easy for minors to look at my stuff on the internet, because you just have to do some clicks and stuff like that. And they played this trailer, which did some of the same stuff, squirting and things like that were in the trailer. And when they played the trailer, it froze up in the middle of the courtroom because they didn't capture it correctly. They didn't know how to play it back, and it was like this really interesting, like day and a half where they're trying to make it play, and the judge says, "Well, do you think you can make it play?" And one of my lawyers gets up and says, "It's like, well, they captured it in one format, and then they tried to play it with a different software, and it's like the sprockets don't think, man, whatever." And they had 2.5 years to prepare this case. It's incredible waste of our taxpayers' money.
That was one of their.
I have to say.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I have to say I'm really disappointed they did such a bad job, because I thought this was going to be like the high point of my autobiography. It was going to go to the jury, and they'll be all sweating, and then the jury would vote him, or they'd be hung or something like that. And then they just farted out. It was just.
But one of their points was that it was too easy for children to find things that they defined as obscene on the internet.
Say that again. It was.
They were saying that it was that your work was too readily available to children accessing the internet.
Yeah, the standard of the internet for a lot of sites, for most sites, is that you click and assert that you're over the age of 18.
Sure, but I could still go to Google Images and type in any disgusting phrase that I want, and I'm going to see it.
There are a huge number of sites that don't require that. Yeah. The fact of the matter is that filters are the best way, and monitoring your children is the best way.
Yeah, monitoring parenting. I think
not going after
parenting
is the best thing you can do.
Yeah.
When you brought up the fact that they would play some of this stuff in court, what was your feeling when you're sitting there watching this being played in front of people that obviously would be uncomfortable? Did you ever get the feeling where you were ready to laugh, even though it was a horrible situation? But did you look at faces and go like, "Oh my God, she sure doesn't like this"?
She's not going to like what's coming up.
What was going through your head when they show some of this stuff deemed obscene?
Wait,
that
you
they
mean
deemed
that the
obscene?
girl wasn't going to like the milk coming out?
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
they were lapping it up. Are you kidding?
Were they really? Were they really?
Come on, that's the whole point of the movie.
Exactly.
No, he needs a jury.
The movie to make it look
people
like
in the
it's
court.
unpleasant.
I mean, in the courtroom.
The people in the court
when they were playing.
Was I thinking they were going to hate it?
And while you're sitting there, though, looking around, what was going through your mind? Were you like, "Oh fuck, I'm sunk," or were you thinking, "Holy shit, this is funny"?
No, really, I had to think about this for 2.5 years. I had to think about this before the trial, and I had to think about, well, what is it that I sell? What is it that represents my life? And I looked at it very carefully, and I thought about it from a lot of different ways, and I really am proud of what I do. And I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at these movies, and I'm saying, that's pretty well done. I'm really happy I sell this stuff. And I could see that excuse me, some of the jurors were uncomfortable.
A little uncomfortable?
They were being forced to look at it by the government.
Big rods they're trying to cover up in their pants.
It was very interesting experience to go through it, and it was, in the end, because I won, it was life-affirming for me. It was like, okay, I really am proud of my life, and I'm really happy that I sell these movies. And I think that people who are willing to have the courage to stand up to conventional thinking and say, I'm going to be outside the norm. Those are the people that move the world forward. And that's what we need. We need people who think outside the usual parameters in whatever field.
Right.
And are willing to have the courage to do that. And even if it's milk squirting out of girls' butts, who knows how much pleasure people could get from that.
And I think it does set the stage for other things that other people find horrible that aren't. It's like you said, gay marriage, things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, people are completely offended to the point where they want to kill people for that, and then there are other people that are fine with it. It's just I can't buy into the fact that there are laws, though, that other people's morality can just be dumped on us. And if it's not just a dialogue between two people, I don't like this, I do like this, I produce this, I hate this, it has to get the government involved, where you have the threat of losing your freedom, going to prison for making something that people enjoy, consume, and watch privately.
Well, you're an American, you see. And
I try.
You believe that we live in a free country. We have this wonderful country that was founded.
I'm a little more cynical than
Bill of Rights
I'm coming across here.
Yeah,
I think.
I mean, but most of the rest of the world do not have the protections of freedom that we have. Muslim countries, they're not supposed to drink. They're not supposed. I mean, in China, it's a capital crime to sell pornography. You can be put to death for selling pornography in China.
Yeah.
It's insane. And they're like really big, China.
There's a lot of people there that probably...
If they were to take over the world, oh my God, I wouldn't have a job. I'd probably be in jail
We'd
for sure.
fight to protect our pornography. Go to war. Go to war for that, sir.
Yeah, the most important thing that America exports is the idea of freedom. That's what America really.
But then
needs
we
to be
really
proud
don't
of.
get the enjoyment of the freedom here totally. We've spoken about this a lot on the air. The freedoms that they talk about that we enjoy are usually held up with things like permits and taxes and
there's a lot
liens and waivers and there's all kinds of shit you got to do to enjoy this freedom. Like we were talking, you can't just go like, I'm hungry, I'm going to grab my gun, I'm going to go bag a deer, and I'll drag it back to my house. Now you got a firing inside county lines. You got a poaching charge against you. You got, there's plenty of things that you can't do that you would think as an American I'm free to do a lot of things. But
well,
if you
want to have a food cart in Los Angeles and put bacon on your hot dogs, you can't do that either because of all sorts of regulations. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The structure, unfortunately, is set up so that government gets bigger all the time. There's incentives for government to get bigger all the time, and it's a constant
And
battle
again, though, it's based on dumb people accepting the fact that the government is helping you. They're helping you and protecting you from things. They're not taking away freedoms. They're giving you protection. And then you realize, no, you've just taken away a freedom.
Most of the time, they're protecting other people who have more political power than you do, so that they can make more money. Almost always, some special interest has control.
They're the ones that have control.
Did the ACLU come to you at all? Did the ACLU contact you?
No, the ACLU.
Would this be an ACLU issue? I mean, someone's going to tell me why it's not, but why wouldn't the American Civil Liberties Union fight for somebody making adult movies with adults for adults? Like, why wouldn't they fight?
They probably would have years ago, but now they're more of a, I don't know.
I don't know. Did they fight for Lenny Bruce?
I don't remember. I don't know.
I would doubt it.
But they fight for things that are really unpopular sometimes, and I don't know why. They'll give a reason. Well, it was a state issue. They'll give some reason. But how about instead of harping on the fact, like where they want people to get fired for using politically incorrect language?
They've just become a business, though, like the National Organization for Women, NAACP. They all start with this righteous purpose, and then after a while it just turns into, hey, look, we're generating some cash here. And then it turns into this kind of politically correct, socially accepted thing where they can't delve into really controversial subjects, or else they'll lose their base and their support.
I'm still confused about the obscenity thing. I know, back.
It's crazy.
Because a video most of us have seen, 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
Yeah.
That video went viral.
No one's selling it, and no one knows where it came from.
Right, where the server is.
So it's like,
is that what that's about, you think?
It's a company in Brazil, actually, that
and they have different laws, but how do they not go after websites in America that showed that video? You know what I mean? Because that video is over the top, unbelievably obscene to a lot of people. I loved it, though, but,
practically speaking, there's no target. I think that if it was commercially being sold and a lot of people were buying it or something like that, that they might have, in fact, gone after it if they could have.
But I would think someone made a few bucks off that somewhere.
I don't know.
Because I think it got to a point, actually, we couldn't play it anymore because it was on some pay sites,
Pop-up ads and stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, the girls probably made a couple of bucks.
A couple bucks? They just had to dig out their pay out of the shit.
A free dinner.
I mean, it's hard to defend some things like that, but you have to defend people's right to do that.
Exactly. And that's always been my whole thing, is like, and there's plenty of stuff I don't like, but, you're like, hey, they're free to do it. I'm not going to interfere.
So what is the average... And I know it's probably different for different companies. What is the average girl?
48%.
That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure. What does the average girl make for a porn movie or a scene, or what a guy make for a scene? People have no way to judge what their lives are
around the porn business. You've done AVN shows. You never talk.
No, I don't ask them.
Give me this question
because I try to fuck them and they don't.
I never talk business at the vagina.
And they say I do. It's anal is $1,500, and
thank you, Danny.
Is anal $1,500? That makes sense. I heard you get more for anal.
Yeah, if you're a star, it's $2,500 or $3,000.
I've been doing it for free my whole life.
But with all the free stuff on the internet, though, actually
prices went down.
Have gone down. So, for a big, there are some girls that make a lot of money, and like Jenna Hayes, I paid her a lot of money. But because Sasha Grey was brand new when I used her in my last big movie, she didn't make as much money as Jenna Hayes made on that movie. But now Sasha Grey would make more money. It depends on your popularity, whatever.
Do you think most of them try to like the girls try, like you look at Belladonna or Jenna Jameson? There's very few women that get to that point where they're kind of like moguls in the business. There's only a few that seem to get to that place.
Yeah. But maybe more than guys. I mean, how many male actors have gotten to that point, really?
Right.
I mean, it does just, some people are cut out to be more business people and some people aren't. Belladonna has done a very good job of marketing herself and organizing and producing and doing very good creative stuff. Jenna Jameson and a few other girls. But it's a business where women are free to do that, though, and completely treated like equals with men. It's the marketplace that speaks. People want to buy your stuff. They buy their stuff, and women have done very well. I did a radio thing where I debated this woman, Gail Dines, who thinks that gonzo porn is violence towards women. And
what is gonzo porn for people that don't know?
The really interesting thing is she made a differentiation because she didn't want to say all porn was bad because that would be very unpopular. But you could say that certain feature porn where the director controls the sex and the image of the kind of sex that's being shown, where, you want to fuck the girl in this way, politically correct way or whatever, that's okay. Whereas gonzo porn is more like just be creative and do whatever you want and be spontaneous, which is what I am credited with innovating, mostly because I was in the movie as the cameraman, whatever the fuck. I mean, gonzo porn. Gonzo porn really is about people being more creative with sex and being just free to fuck in whatever way they want. And certain men and certain women want to fuck in a more rough way or something that looks like what they call violence, which isn't real violence. It's just rougher sex.
Yeah.
Basically it's people who aren't very good in bed being jealous of people who are good in bed. That's really what it's all about. I hate to say it, but that's what it's all about, and I would like that because I know both sides of that equation. I was certainly not very good in bed when I was younger, and now I've been trained by my wife to be better in bed to a large extent.
Goddamn great, man.
Well, I'm happy you got acquitted, man, or it got dropped. That was really great news, and for you, but for I think for the entire business.
Yeah.
For anybody who's kind of creative in a slightly
controversial way,
edgy way.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to keep all the doors open. I don't want the government stepping in and telling me what I can or can't see, no matter what it is. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's very bad precedent.
And what's the website? EvilAngel.com?
EvilAngel.com, yeah.
And the best movies. I don't watch Joey's tranny movies, although they get sent to me, so occasionally they'll wind up in my VCR. I haven't watched every Rogue Adventure.
VCR.
Whatever. Yeah, VCR. That's how you know I'm lying. What an asshole I am. I don't have my 8mm thing going, and I will see you tonight. I'm happy you came in tonight.
Very
cool. Absolutely.
All right, thanks.
Congratulations.
Guys. Thanks so much, man.
John Stagliano, right?
No, the G is silent. It is, right?
Mars.
You left me hanging.
It is. Stagliano.
Do you want to get your plug in?
You don't say Bologna. Or it wasn't Joe DiMaggio.
No, we had an argument with him yesterday. He said that the G in Sting was silent.
And then we asked him how you say it, and he goes, Sting.
Sting.
So we didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
All right, you know what? We'll just do this. We got the American Pickers thing from yesterday. That's hilarious. So we're going to end the show with this.
And my plug?
Pluggies.
No, but I didn't think you wanted to.
No.
How about I'll tell you what I won't plug.
No.
Irrelevant.
Yeah, what aren't you going to plug?
Fuck January 15th, Late Show, Atlantic City. Me, Brewer, Attell, Bill Burr on sale tomorrow morning. Big deal. Don't even